Testing, testing. 323, 323. All right, chat working. Yo, what's the word, my brother? Yeah. Been out, motherfucking making this money on and shit. Had to motherfucking go, shit, get money for this rent and shit on game. You know how that be. Yeah, I started early and shit, man. I've been out motherfucking getting money on, man. I've been getting up at like 4 a.m. I ain't gonna back to you. I'm finna go do this other little this little thing with my mama husband on game. Motherfucker been moving some shit. Getting money on. He been giving me like $100 a day. So I'm like shit. Fuck it, 100 a day, that's decent. Only thing he been having me doing though, but I've been moving shit. My body sore. Yo, just been moving shit on game. Instantly. On gang. I woke up today, boy. My body was hurting. I can't keep doing this moving shit, boy. My body is sore. I ain't gonna back to you. My veins hurt right here in the middle. When I moved it, this shit hurt. Right here hurt. Oh shit. My body. I woke up. I was feeling like, damn, bro. Who in this bitch do construction, bro? Construction, bro, that shit crazy, bro. I ain't gonna back to you, bro. Especially, bro, you gotta move shit. Bro, that shit wild, bro. Shit wild. I ain't gonna back to you. Anybody in this bitch do construction? I was gonna do that. Construction, boy, I ain't gonna back to you. That shit, boy, you can get money for doing construction and shit, though. I ain't gonna back to you. You can get money up, but it's like, bro, it's hot as hell. Like, it's so hot outside, bro. On game. Like, right now, it's cool. That's why when I go out, I be doing shit in the morning. Getting the job done early morning while the shit cool outside, bro. Because when I be outside trying to do all this shit, three, boy, hell no, bro. It be hot as the fuck. No, I need to be a content creator, bro. I ain't gonna cap to you. I'm cool with working, but not hot shit, bro. When sweat get to dripping all the time, my eyes and shit, I taste the salty sweat on my lips and shit. Hell nah, bro. I'll be like, I can't do this shit, bro. But it be cool when it's nice weather. It's cool when it's nice weather, though. On game. When it's nice weather, bro, I'm cool with that, bro. It's just when it get too hot, feel like I'm finna have a heat stroke and shit. When I get the feeling like I'm finna have a heat stroke, don't want to do this shit no more, boy. On game. What is they talking about? I'm working me, so I'm good with on game. That shit crazy. The reason why I'm doing this shit, I get off suspension actually today. I get off suspension today. Thank the Lord. I was suspended till the 30th on TikTok, bro. And y'all know I'm a hustler, bro. Motherfuckers think, what? Boy, I do content because I like to do content. But I'm okay with hustling and shit too, boy. I could trap, do content, motherfucking construction, all types of shit, bro, on game. I can't do that DoorDash shit, though. Can't do that. I tried to do that shit, like I told y'all. I tried to do that DoorDash shit, bro. Man, that shit showed me why I became a trapper. I ain't gonna cap to you. TikTok just be tripping. Just be on dumb shit, bro. Motherfucking DoorDash is actually the reason why I started trapping 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I started trapping full time because of DoorDash. DoorDash the reason, bro. And then DoorDash is the reason now I decided to move shit instead of motherfucking do DoorDash. I hate DoorDash. I hate dealing with people. On gang, I be getting it too with motherfuckers too much in that shit, bro. It's like, boy, stop it. Leave me the fuck alone, bro. I don't give a fuck about these weak ass orders. So I can't do that shit. I can't do that shit on game. I need to do shit that's not dealing with people, bro. Yeah, they be over whooping with it, bro. I'm not finna be dealing with it. And then it's like, bro, y'all, they be tripping over this shit. And it's like, nigga, these DoorDash orders be like, at most nowadays, $10, $12. Boy, I'm there for the bug up with your ass. I'm already mad as hell. I'm driving to this shit. So now, you calling me trying to rush me? And I just had to wait in this long ass line? That's why I hate that shit. That's why I'm not doing that shit now. That's why I'm not doing that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. They got me fucked up, bro. Boy, I ain't gonna lie to you. Boy, motherfucker, now I just be doing gig work, like helping, cause I know lots of motherfuckers who like got businesses. You feel me? I know lots of people that got businesses. So that's the one good part. Like, I don't gotta get hired by them, but I tell them like, yo, let me get some money on for a couple days. I'll work for you. Shit like that. That's what I really been doing type shit. Like, really just like, I hit them up. Yo, let me woo up the bam, do a little bit, whatever the fuck you got going on game. That's why it's always about who you know. It's always gonna be about who you know, gang. You feel me? Cause it's like, yeah, shit. That's how it's gonna be about, bro. Cause it's like, yeah, motherfuckers gonna have to work harder than other niggas depending on who you know. Luckily, I know motherfuckers who, you feel me, the boss of that shit. So it's like, I'm gonna have an easier time up in that bitch, bro. But that job shit, I understand why people be mad at that job shit. But it's like, shit, you gotta get them connections, boy. You gotta get them connections, gang. On game. That's with anything in life. Motherfucking industry, working. What are you talking about? You don't got no connection, boy. They gonna have you doing the fucking worst job ever, bro. Like, having connections is gonna be the difference between you having a good job experience and a bad job experience. Like, you don't even know. You will probably go to a job, some motherfuckers be like, man, I love this shit. Then another motherfucker be like, I hate this shit. The motherfucker who love this shit probably got them connections. Boy, they don't even be having to do shit for real. You should be seeing them niggas like, how the fuck this nigga keep getting away with not doing shit and he's still getting paid? He's still getting paid, but he barely doing shit. You over here working hard as hell. Yeah, that nigga got them connections, bro. On game. That's what it be. Niggas be like, yeah, bro, be mad as hell. They on your ass, but they not on the next nigga ass. Shit, you don't got them connections, nigga. On game. So you got to get to work while that nigga over there going to the bathroom for an hour and a half and no one don't say nothing. What are you talking about? Real deal. So shit, that's what I learned, bro. I'm not finna play with nobody no more. And DoorDash, I can't do DoorDash because you can't get no connections. If you can't get no connections in this bitch, bro, I can't do the job, bro, because I need to find a way to make my life easier, bro. I gotta know someone be like, hey, motherfucking bro, make this shit easier, gang. DoorDash, you can't do that. So fuck DoorDash. When I was younger, I loved DoorDash, though. We finna April 20th. Feds clap back at Dirk one day after. Man, let's see what the fuck they talking about. That's most motherfucking shit. Man, my first job I had like my freshman year, gang. I worked at a fucking church, bro. On gang. But I ain't gonna back to you, bro. They hated me at work. Real deal, bro, because I was one of the biggest, bro. I ain't doing shit for real, bro. Real deal, bro. I always been that type of nigga, bro. It's like, bro, if you don't let me just not do shit, bro, you can fire me, gang. But I don't never get fired, bro, because I be cool with the bosses and shit. Like, the bosses, bro, they be fucking with me. On gang, I be telling them, like, I fucks with you, gang, fucks with me. And they always end up fucking with me, bro. Bro, I was motherfucking cooking shit, gang. I was cooking shit, boy. The churches was helping. I guess they whole little thing, they was helping cooking for all types of shit, bro, at that church, bro. But the problem was, bro, I ain't know how to cook. And then they tried to have me wash the dishes. I don't wash dishes. So since I don't wash dishes and I don't cook, shit, I'm just gonna be there, gang. Real deal. I'm just gonna be there. And it's like, shit, you just need me there because it's like I'm gonna make the job more busted, bro. Like niggas gonna have fun because I'm in that bitch, bro. Motherfuckers gonna work better because I'm in that bitch not working, gang. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all. It's a mental thing that they don't know about. I be trying to tell them the nigga that's not working actually helping people work more. That's why I tell them they gotta let me not work so I could be that nigga to make people work harder, bro. When they see me, they gonna be like, damn, use me as the example, be like, I'm gonna get fired. If you be like, I'm just the example, nigga, of what you not to be, what not to be at work. You feel me? That's why I feel like the jobs pay me to be like that example of the nigga not to be on game, just so y'all can know, like, don't be this guy on game. That's my job at any job. And that's what I get paid to do. Just show y'all what not to be at the job. You feel me? It's hard to explain, bro. Motherfuckers don't think it's real, bro. But they need the nigga show y'all what not to be. It's always that one nigga that just do whatever the fuck he want, gang. And you how the fuck he still here? They need him here. That's what you don't know about, bro. It's more to it, bro. You see, bro? That's cause that you see those type of managers we gotta stay away from, bro. They might try to oh no, bro. They might try to meet me in the office if you want that promotion. No, I'm leaving. You not finna no. That's the Diddy job, gang. I ain't going back to you, bro. They overwhooping with it, bro. So yeah, bro. That overwhooping, bro. I had a lot of fights at my first job, but the manager let me slide because I ain't gonna back to you, bro. But it depends, bro. Some managers, I really like to have female managers. Real deal. I have a better time with women managers than dude managers, bro. Because the dude managers, bro, that don't be that they be trying to get me to work and shit. Boy, fuck is your problem trying to get me to work, boy? I'm finna get into it with your ass now, boy. You think you my dad or some shit, gang? The women, female, bro, I be cool with them, bro. I honestly, bro, I can't have no nigga because they be over tripping, bro. Oh, and then especially, bro, if he see that you fucking with a bitch that he won't, and he the boss, he gonna make you have a harder time just because you fucking with his bitch. I don't like that shit, boy. Get the fuck on, boy. Yo, bean head ass, boy. That's why I'm like, boy, I'm not even with that, bro. On game. That's why I ain't with that, boy. Fucking bug up with their ass, bro. Niggas be mad up in that bitch, real deal, bro. The women, as long as you like the women, the only thing is, bro, if you mess with the female manager and shit, bro, the thing is, my nigga, bro, you better not motherfucking get serious relationship with her to make her really like you, bro, like that. Because if you do that, you fucked up. You ain't fucked up, but you fucked up if you start fucking up the relationship now. She get to find out you cheating and shit. All that. Boy, you down there lost your job with your goof ass. You lost your job now, thinking you playing and shit, boy. So just know, boy, if y'all ass not trying to be with the manager, bro, and be loyal, boy, you better not play crazy like that, boy. I know one homie, boy, his ass is messing with the manager and shit. His goof ass don't work there no more. His ass think he playing. You not playing, gang. Now you don't got a job, brother. Thought you was smooth as hell. You not smooth on game. But motherfuckers gotta learn the rest is the hard way, bro. Don't hang. So shit. Only dude respected was that. Would you let the manager boy, a female? A woman? I mean, honestly, I ain't gonna back to you. I don't really be with that working with the shit, bro. With little dude, bro. On game, like I said, that's why I can't really work a job, gang. Cause I don't like dudes, bro. I don't like them. I don't like them telling me what to do. I don't like none of that shit, bro. And it's like, bro, if you could sauce up a female over time and your life will get easier, bro. You can't really sauce up a dude, bro. Like, boy, unless you on that freaky shit. But it's like, boy, hell no, bro. Hell no, bro. I like females, so I could sauce it up, gang. Real deal, bro. I don't want, boy, I can't sauce up no dude, gang. So it's like, boy, I don't even, bro. On game. If it was a female manager, bro, on game. Anywhere she wants, she could touch me except for my booty. On game, she cannot touch my butt, bro. I don't like that shit, bro. You try to touch my butt, you get an uppercut on game. We don't like that. But yeah. My managers is what? She was a female manager? Some old guy called me handsome. Oh yeah, he finna get on that with you, gang. He finna get on that with you, boy. Felice Johnson 2.0 on gang. He got you. Right there, bro. You better watch out. Scary world out here, brother. Scary world out here, brother. Bro, did I tell y'all the story time? Well, I be scared of Florida, bro. I encountered a Florida man, gang. I might have to do a story time of my first time encountering a Florida man, bro. Like, this shit was so diabolical because I don't know if I told y'all, bro. It was me and we was young as hell. We go to the bathroom to go take a piss. Boy, it's a nigga in Florida, bro. I'm in Florida because my cousin live out there, so we out there for summer vacation and shit, bro. All right, my brother. Folks ass motherfucking. And then we go in the bathroom, bro. It's Caucasian man, look like he's straight from the trailer park, got a big ass knife on his hip. We in Walmart on gang. So go to the bathroom. My cousin, his scary ass, running to the stall. Me and my other cousin, we outside taking a piss inside the urinal and shit. Folks ass just staring. Boy, what the fuck is he staring at, bro? He just staring while we pissing and shit. Boy, we know he on some weirdo time because why'd you just, it's another, boy, you already took a piss, bro. You was in here already before us. So why'd you just waiting up in here while we pissing, bro? You was finna escort out this bitch, bro. You was finna leave, bro, until you saw 3 kids walk up in this bitch. Diabolical, right? Why would you want to stay? Because 3 kids just came to the bathroom. Weirdo status already. So now, we in that bitch. We get done pissing. We turn around, folks still staring. Boy, what the fuck he on, bro? We didn't even wash our hands, gang. Real deal, bro. He get to talking to us as soon as we turn around. Oh yeah, what you doing? You was in the bathroom? What the fuck? Gang. Then his ass get to talking about, oh yeah, woo woo. Let me see your shoulder. We looking like, bro, what the fuck? Why the fuck you want us to see your shoulder? Let me see your shoulder because my shoulder, I want to see if your shoulder different from mine. He had a big ass knife. we like, hi, gay. Oh yeah, you see my shoulder? He showed his shoulder. His shoulder had a lump up on it. We okay. And then my cousin finally come out the stall, bro. My cousin finally come out the stall. He looked. Oh yeah, let me see your shoulder. My cousin, this security had to lift up his shirt. Oh yeah, let me touch it. He touched the shoulder. Let me see yours. He touched our shoulder. He touched my other cousin's shoulder. Then he get to keep on talking about the shoulders and shit. we gotta go. He keep on talking, bro. So we just scooting back. We just scooting back. Just keep on scooting back as he talking and shit, bro. We open up, we be like, all right, we finna go. We open the door. We just all went out that bitch. We ran to our auntie. We told our auntie, hey, some weird man with a knife in the bathroom told us he wanted to see our shoulder and shit, and he was trying to touch, and he was touching on our shoulders. Gee, what the fuck you mean? A motherfucker was trying to touch on your shoulder inside the bathroom. A man with a knife was trying to touch on our shoulders. Well, he did touch on our shoulder. He touched the shoulder. He touched our shoulder and said, oh yeah, he was trying to compare the shoulders and shit. She be like, nah, he was trying to get y'all. He was just trying to warm y'all up. And y'all dumbass showed him y'all shoulders. He had a knife. What the fuck we supposed to? You have to, like he said, whip out y'all. We ain't gonna whip out our stuff. But it's like, folks, he asked, we don't even know why the fuck, like, it's a shoulder, gang. Like, the fuck? We just lift up the shirt like, boy, our shoulder. That's all we did, bro. We ain't lift up our shirt, take off our shirts. We wasn't doing none of that weird ass. If he would have said, take off your shirt, bro, we would have ran out that bitch instantly. But the only reason why me and my cousin didn't leave is because our other cousin was in the stall. Real deal. Me and my cousin could have been left. But our other scary cousin, bro, up in the stall, bro. So we over here talking to this nigga, waiting on this nigga to come out the stall so we could all leave. He taking a good minute to come out the stall. I guess he in the stall waiting for him to leave before he even come out. That's the whole reason why we stayed in there for so long, because we didn't want to leave. Because it's like, bro, he probably ain't tried nothing for real, because at the end of the day, it's three of us. You feel me? And we small, but we old enough, boy, we still could have jumped his ass, gang, real deal. You feel me? It's just one of us alone, boy, he would have fucked us up. So we couldn't leave our cousin up in there. But, you know, his ass wanted to be scary up in the stall and shit. And that's why I'm be like, them Florida motherfuckers be weird. Ain't nobody ever asked to touch on my shoulder in the Midwest, gang. I ain't gonna back to you as a kid. In general, no one, never, but the only time someone asked to touch on my shoulder was the doctor. On game. Let's start there. The doctor, the only motherfucker that touched on my shoulder, bro. So, Florida, I don't know what the fuck. Florida real life is a whole crazy place, bro. It's all types of shit, bro, going on in Florida, bro. That's why you gotta keep your blick, bro. That incident right there showed me, bro. I started carrying knives after that shit, bro. Real deal. I started carrying knives after that shit because I'd be like, I'd be damned if that nigga would have upped the knife on us and tried to do some other stuff, bro. Real deal, bro. I'm keeping a blade on me, boy. Ain't no man finna just tell me, let me see my shoulder with a knife on his hip. On gang, bro. Real deal, bro. He ain't. I'm pretty sure, bro. Folks was a creep. He got some people for sure. He most definitely got some people for sure. I know for a fact he got some people, bro. Cause that's creep behavior. Like, boy, what the? Like, folks was. I know he got some people, bro. On game. I pray for them. I pray for them because I know for a fact folks got some people. They need to lock folks up. Real deal. Especially them kind baddies. Yeah, bro, you got to start carrying stuff after that, boy. Boy, hey, I ain't gonna cap to you. You go encounter a lot. You go to Florida, bro. You encounter all types of crazy ass shit, bro. That's why it's like, bro, you don't know what to expect in that bitch. Real deal, bro. You ain't gonna know what to expect. Like, it's a whole world. But it's crazy, bro. But outside of that, I had a good time in Florida. I mean, it's people with Confederate flags and shit. Some motherfucker did. It was only one racist thing that happened to me in Florida. It was only one racist thing that happened to me in Florida. Outside of that, bro, that one racist incident and the buddy that was the creep in the bathroom, Florida is actually busting. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. So it was just those two experiences. But I know it's lots of more shit going on. Just luckily for me, I only came into two Florida men. And you know, Florida man is like, I know it's multiple Florida men, but Florida man is someone that's it's someone that's from Florida and it's a Florida man. It's a difference, bro. Oh gang, it's just hard to explain that shit, bro. You said what? Okay. Then next level got the STDs. That's boy, they be burning hot. I ain't gonna cap to you. Y'all be getting burnt in Florida for sure. On gang, boy, I know them. I ain't gonna cap to you. Everybody I know that got the most, that got burnt the most is from Florida. Real deal, bro. Of course, I know people out here that got burnt, but it seems like y'all Floridians, bro, y'all always end up catching the heat. Um, Damn, bro, what the fuck going on with y'all, nigga? Y'all steady catching the heat. What the fuck? Every time it's hot as hell outside, and y'all still catching more heat, bro. Y'all overly cooking that, bro. Inside and out. Diabolical, bro. I ain't going back to you, bro. Y'all got to get that together with y'all females. And what I'm saying, Florida man is different, bro. It's hard to explain them, bro, because it's. But what I encountered, the dude with the knife asking for, that's a Florida man, bro. That's a Florida man. It's hard to explain them, bro. It's a regular Florida person. There's a Florida man. It's just hard to a Florida person understand what I'm saying. Like Ghost, he just said it's a difference, but it's hard to explain, bro. Because motherfucker be like, damn, don't you come across Florida men all the time? Yeah, bro, but it's different. The Floridians. What are you talking about? The Floridians. But now. Lil Durk trying to get out of jail, but the feds clap back 1 day later. 1 day later. Now, that could be a good thing or a bad thing. But when they say clap back, that don't sound like a good thing. I ain't gonna lie to you. And you know, 1090 Jake is a reliable source, so whatever he say is facts. So let's see what they talking about inside this video.
On April 27th, 2025, I dropped a video on how Lil Durk could be getting released after new documents debunk evidence posted by fans. And the very next day, the feds clapped back. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 1090 Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for this video, I brought the clap back because in the last video, y'all got on my ass in the comments. So I brought it back for y'all. Matter of fact, we'll do it again. What's up, everybody? It's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all, and y'all rocking with me. And for
Bro, all right, GD folks. Calm down, GD folks. Dang, man. You steady making me gangbang, bro. He got so much gangbanging, or it make me do this. You feel me? They're like, what is this? I don't know. I'm just doing stuff. You feel me?
this video, we're gonna be speaking on the feds clapping back at me, Durk, his legal team, because I dropped the video and the very next day, they shot back with a list of reasons not to release Lil Durk. On April 28th, 2025.
What I tell y'all. So off the back is not sound like a good thing for Lil Durk. You feel me? So I'm finna tell y'all if the reasons is a good reason though.
The federal government would file its opposition to Durk being reconsidered for bond. The feds would start strongly saying Durk is charged with directing 6 hitmen to travel across the country to hunt and kill Quando Rondo. Durk allegedly orchestrated and financed a brazen murder plot that ended with shooters ambushing Quando at a gas station in broad daylight, killing his cousin Lil Pab. Immediately after learning his hitmen were arrested, the feds would allege Durk attempted to flee the country. In the early hours of October 24th, 2024, federal and local law enforcement executed multiple search warrants on OTF members throughout Chicago, arresting the hit squad. Soon after, the FBI learned Durk had been booked on 3 international flights, including one to a non-extradition country, meaning if he made it there, the feds wouldn't be able to get him back. Durk would
I ain't gonna bap to you, real deal, bro. Lil Durk came up with something talking about, oh yeah, how he wasn't trying to flee. But real deal, even if his plan wasn't trying to flee, it looked like he was trying to flee, real deal. And they said you was finna go to a place that didn't have no extradite whatever, man, y'all know what I'm trying to say, bro. But yeah, bro, they ain't gonna let bro go. They ain't gonna let him go just because, bro. That don't sound good.
Skipped the first 2 flights and was arrested when he showed up to board a private jet.
My boy MB, what's the word?
Once in custody, Dirk was considered a flight risk and danger to the community. To prove such danger, they reiterated he sent a hit squad across the country to hunt and kill a rapper. They also submitted evidence that this was not his first murder for hire plot. Dirk allegedly offered money for any gangster disciple to be killed after his brother D-Thang was killed in a club. The courts agreed Dirk was dangerous, using money, influence, and power to take out his enemies. Now, Dirk's legal team would prove Dirk's lyrics were written 7 months prior to the murder of Lil Pab. Dirk saying look on the news and see your son screaming no, no, makes more sense that he was talking about someone's mom hypothetically watching the news of their son's death and screaming no. Because who the fuck could have predicted 7 months into the future that Quando Rondo would be screaming no on the news? But the feds shot back, saying it doesn't matter if fan-made video edits made things look a certain way or if the timing of the lyrics didn't add up. They are literally still trying to use his lyrics against him just because it's talking about murder, even if it isn't this murder.
You see, bro, they turning into the UK. They turning into the UK right before our eyes, bro. They can't be doing this type of stuff. This UK behavior, bro. Trying to use all these lyrics and stuff against people.
The feds would also point out Dirk offered the same amount of money as last time for bond and it was rejected. And Dirk's legal team didn't even try to prove he wasn't a danger to the community and didn't try to flee. The feds would state Dirk wasn't arrested because of fan-made videos. He was arrested because he is alleged to be the leader of a violent organization, orchestrated and funded an execution-style murder with machine guns, and tried to flee the country. Dirk named himself The Voice, and the feds allege he's used that voice to speak on violence as he rapped about paying for murders, hunting his ops with switches, bounty hunters in Beverly Hills, and other lyrics that can all somewhat be related to the murder of Lil Pab. The feds would also highlight a song Dirk had with Gucci Mane titled Rumors, in which Dirk said, "I don't want the you catch, I want the one I paid for." So again, the feds are desperately attempting to use lyrics.
Yeah, I heard that, and I've been like, bro, why would he say that? Why would you say something like that, brother? I ain't gonna back to you. Knowing you on that type of time, and bro, you should not be saying, oh yeah, bro, I want the one I paid for. You going down. I ain't gonna back to you, bro. Playing with the feds, bro. You can't be saying stuff like that.
To fit their narrative. The feds are saying if the lyrics aren't true, it doesn't matter because Dirk is dangerous. But then they try to show more lyrics after saying the other lyrics don't matter. The feds would end their summary stating it isn't about how Dirk made his money, but about how he chose to spend it and wield his power in 2022 on death and violence. And keep in mind, everything spoke on in this video isn't in regards to beating the case. It's for Dirk to be granted a bond in which he'll be placed on house arrest. Dirk would be handing over a substantial amount of money while being placed on a GPS monitor, eliminating the possibility of him fleeing the country. The chances of him having the ability to commit more crime under strict supervision is close to none. So what would appear if he was released, he not only wouldn't be a flight risk, he wouldn't be dangerous. But we'll just have to wait and see what the courts decide. Now this is interesting. I don't know if it was just timing or the feds literally responded to the video I made like, nah, 1090 Jake, he sounds too good. It's making sense. We should let Dirk out. We need to drop a new motion as to why we shouldn't. I don't know, because to me.
And people might say, man, the feds ain't watched 1090 Jake video. But y'all gotta remember, the feds is out here watching fan pages and using them as evidence, so they probably watched the 1090 Jake video. I ain't gonna back to you.
It was like, yeah, if you're trying to keep him in custody because of a fan-made video, and you found out the lyrics actually didn't have to do with the murder, and it was written 7 months prior, none of that should be used against them. Makes sense. So now they're trying to double down and say Dirk is a danger to the community because he will send hitters to your state to get you killed. And then not only that, Dirk will apparently make songs about it after he gets you killed. And then not only that, when his killers get arrested, he'll jump on a flight and go to a country that he can't legally be brought back from. Well, here's the thing. You locked up the hit squad, so he can't send another hit, right? You're getting a shitload of his money if he gets out on bond, so the money ain't gonna be there. He's under the strictest supervision because it's the fucking feds, and if he's on a GPS, he can't fly anywhere. His passport's not gonna be active. So literally, the danger to the community and the flight risk is gone if he's released. So why not release him? This is where the feds fucked up, in my opinion, right? They're saying that even if the lyrics were written 7 months prior, it still relates to murder, and it could be another murder, and we think Dirk sent all these murders, right?
You see, it's a whole bunch of thinks, could, and that, and a bop. That's why Young Thug got out of jail right now, because y'all can't be saying you thinking this could happen. You got to have the factual evidence. And if you don't, and they probably gonna be able to beat the case. And I expect the feds to actually have evidence, but looking at this whole situation, I don't know if the feds get too much real evidence for real.
The lyrics don't matter, they don't matter. So why are you trying to go dig up a song with Gucci Mane as another example of, look, he's talking about paying for a murder? It's all fucking hypothetical, right? If you break down the lyrics from the other song, you looking on the news and see your son, you screaming no. That sounds like a mom looking on the news and seeing her son and screaming no. You know what I mean? Like, this is normal drill shit. This is shit that's talked about in drill music. Death, make your mama cry, whatever.
I literally said that in the last video, like, bro, like, the stuff that he said, I'm pretty sure you can find another rapper saying that stuff before the whole Lil Durk situation happened. You feel me? That's just a normal lyric that a rapper would say, you feel me? Because they like to be diabolical.
No one could have predicted Quando Rondo's reaction to seeing somebody die. Nobody could have predicted he screamed no. So the fact that the feds are desperately trying to find any lyrics they can that fit the narrative, and then when it's proven that it has nothing to do with it, say that, well, these lyrics don't matter because we have these lyrics. Again, it's becoming using lyrics against the rapper. Hopefully 99% of what's talked about in drill music is hypothetical, and then you got the crash outs that actually talk about real shit, right? I don't think that every single thing Dirk has talked about or rapped about.
I ain't gonna lie to you. If these rappers just be so slow, bro, they be wanting too much validation. That's why they end up in jail. If you rapping about some stuff you actually did, that means you want validation, bro. That's the only reason of snitching on yourself and telling the world that you did something that you know you could go to jail for. I ain't gonna back to you, but lots of dudes be wanting validation from other street dudes. Like, the streets live off of validation.
It's factual, right? Because if we look at every single song and every time he mentions something and you count that into bodies, what, Dirk eliminated fucking 200 people in the last 10 years through his music? Like, we're not gonna go for that, bro. I don't think a jury's gonna go for that. I don't think that's gonna work. At the end of the day, Dirk has a wild case. When the federal government says you sent a hit squad to execute someone in broad daylight with machine guns, and then you tried to flee the country, that's big. Nobody wants that case. Nobody's gonna feel confident in that case. That's some wild Al Capone type fucking Scarface shit right there, right? That's fucked. But again, everything we spoke on in this video isn't about beating the case, it's about being released on bond. So let me know y'all's thoughts in the comment section. You've heard.
I ain't gonna back to you. I feel like it's a higher chance that he'll not get a bond than get a bond, but it's still a chance that Dirk could get a bond, in my opinion. I ain't gonna back to you, bro. But it all depends on how it go, man, because I think like May 8th or something, bro. Yeah, May 8th, they gonna do the little thing for Lil Durk, so they can see if they're gonna give him a bond or not. So we're gonna find out then what happened and stuff. But what y'all think on this whole Lil Durk situation? Also, don't forget, if you watch this educational, informational documentary all the way through, I know you messing with another one, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss out on any educational, informational documentaries like this. Okay, let me get a bottle of water. This in base coding always. Always. Yeah. Let's see what the fuck going on in it.
BuzzFeed and Vice were the
Man, what the fuck? What's that calling that shit? Alright, my brother, be smooth. Be smooth, my brother. Could be how your position page coding always. Always. Alright. Shit, first got locked up. Shit crazy. That mugshot picture bogus as hell. I guess I'll do this. Switch to switch on gang. This goes. Hey, my brother in the UK. Do y'all know what third side is? Third side, the county line operation. Oh no. Do y'all know what third side is, my brethren? In the UK. Third side is the Bronx. Is this a Bronx area? I don't know, because it's a UK page. Let me see.
A Life for a Life, the county line operation that ended with bloodshed and a third side gang member.
This UK, bro. This is UK, bro. It's gotta be UK. It's gotta be UK, brother.
Zeno getting stabbed multiple times as he's left with his insides falling out.
This the UK gang. Yeah, this the UK. That's what I'm saying. This some UK stuff, bro. That's why I asked my UK brethren. That's why I've been like, bro, I gotta figure when I heard that shit, I'm talking about nigga got stabbed and shit. Third side is in Birmingham. Alright, yeah. Cause no one didn't know what third side was. We had to ask the UK brethren what's going on. I ain't go back to you, man. About his interest of third side. They be getting wild in the UK. No, I don't know. They took it in the UK once again. This time we going all the way over the third side. Now it sounds like that's some New York stuff going on, but it don't got nothing to do with New York. We talking about Birmingham, not Birmingham, Alabama. Birmingham, England. I believe Birmingham is England, right? I don't think that's London, but correct me if I'm wrong. But it's some wild stuff going on out there. So if you living out there, man, you better have your ZK because it could go down at any moment, especially on the county line. I believe that's where we going.
A life for a life. The county line operation that ended with bloodshed and the third side gang member, Zeno, getting stabbed multiple times as he's left with his insides falling out.
Off the back, bro, we already starting it wild, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Like, this some horror movie type stuff y'all got going on. Why is you stabbing someone and their intestines falling out? Like, I feel like if you stab someone, their intestines shouldn't fall out unless you intentionally trying to do that. I feel like, because I never really heard about no intestines falling out until I started watching these UK videos. I'm never finna back to you unless I'm watching a scary movie. But I never heard nobody talk about on the news, oh yeah, someone intestines start falling out. Regular street activity, you ain't gonna hear about that type of stuff. But in the UK, that's a common thing that we do not condone. That's crazy. Whoa, okay. That's why some of the chest is falling out. He out there using a machete. Whoa, hold up.
It's falling out.
Whoa, hold up. We gotta get at the right angle. There we go, right there. Bro, no. This is diabolical, bro. Someone running through the store with this type of artillery, bro. I don't even think we call this artillery, bro. This is medieval times type of behavior, bro. I ain't gonna back to you, bro. I would most definitely, bro, not know what to do if I see someone running up to me with a big old blade like that. Like, if I don't got my blick up on me, bro, I'm gonna run away for sure. But it's like, bro, that's just a scary sight for sure, bro. I ain't gonna back to you.
It's a drugs line. It tends to involve young people, often exploited, taking often large quantities of drugs from urban areas such as London out into county towns and to coastal towns.
Oh, he getting gone. He getting gone. Bro, oh my God, bro. Oh my God. You see, this is the type of behavior, bro. Do you not see these people, bro, on game? They real life running around like this. Bro, no! That's how they coming out the cut on y'all, bro. It's diabolical in the UK. I ain't gonna back to you. They get it wild. He dropped this. What he dropped? Ah, he dropped that. I think he picked up his homie stuff.
Because that's the age I really started, 12, 13, 11, that sort of growing up, hitting puberty. Like, even the general public, they would never look at a young person and think, he sells drugs.
This story takes place in Norwich, about 100 miles away from London, a city in the eastern region of England and considered a quiet city for the most part.
On gang, I know my stuff. What I tell y'all, I told y'all Birmingham was in England. No one ain't want to respond to me though. But like I said, I know my stuff on my own. Y'all didn't have to respond to me when I said it was Eagle, because I asked y'all where it was at. But it's cool. I know my stuff.
But with cities like Norwich, you tend to get more drug county line operations rather than gang violence. You tend to get more drug county line operations.
No! Shorty! Pancakes! Pancakes, bro! My pancakes be thicker than that, bro. Real deal, bro. I ain't gonna back to you, bro. My pancakes be thicker than this, bro. This is diabolical right here, shorty. What do you got going on?
Rather than gang violence. Before I get onto the story of Joe Dix, aka Zeno, I'm just going to give you guys a quick breakdown on what exactly county line operations are and how they work. I cover a lot of gangs and drill rappers in my videos, and a lot of these people will be involved in a county line operation at some point, because this is usually one of the methods that these gangs use to make money. An example of someone I've covered who got caught for this is LD from the 6-7 gang.
Yeah.
County lines is basically a drug trafficking method where gangs, often based in cities like London, Birmingham or Manchester, expand their drug operations into smaller towns, aka the countryside. They use a single mobile phone line called a county line to take orders. These gangs often exploit vulnerable children and...
Bro, we don't condone nothing in this educational documentary, but it's crazy that y'all just got one specific phone that y'all just using. I heard someone like literally rob someone for their trap phone, and then someone else was using that trap phone to trap. And it's like, bro, y'all really use phones like that phone is real life, like the job, like on a block, real deal. You just like, oh yeah, gang, you trying to make some money on today? Here go the trap phone, and then they can make money today. And then y'all just, that's crazy, bro. Y'all real life just got one phone dedicated to trapping, and y'all just be passing that line around, bro.
And teenagers as young as 12 to transport drugs from the city to the county line and bring back cash. The teenagers, often labelled as runners, are sent to these cities by train, coach or taxi, or sometimes are made to stay in trap houses overnight. If this is sounding familiar, it's probably because you've seen some aspects of it in the popular Netflix series Top Boy. Just like the Netflix series, the gang will promise...
Oh, that's what y'all told me to watch, because the UK people been like, you know about that Top Boy? Hey gang, we ain't with that top boy, bottom boy stuff. Y'all could keep that over there. But they explained that was a Netflix series.
These teenagers money, status and protection, or even sometimes use debt traps to intimidate their runners into doing what they want. With county lines, they can also turn deadly, as you will find out in this video, because once a gang oversteps their boundaries, it can lead to stabbings, kidnappings and even murder.
I ain't never see it.
And someone who was involved in a county line operation himself is the main person of this video, Joe Dix. Joe Dix was born in Brighton in December 2003, but moved over to Norwich in 2004. He was just like any other kid growing up and took a massive interest in sports and was a popular kid in school.
It's crazy, bro, how overseas, bro, y'all grow up wanting to be like soccer players, bro. Real deal, bro. I know people that want to be soccer players, bro. I used to play soccer when I was younger. My grandma put me into that, bro. But real deal, I never really came. I was the only person that was real life playing soccer inside my area. And everybody that was on the soccer team was Hispanic. I ain't gonna back to you, bro. Like soccer is really a Hispanic thing out here, real deal, bro. But in the UK, it's just everybody thing, which is like, wow, bro. Because real life, if you ask someone from Chicago about soccer, they're gonna be like, gang, that's that Mexican stuff. Real deal, bro. Like people, we don't play soccer for real. That's more of a Hispanic thing. Well, in Chicago, I can't really speak for other states and stuff, but I know in Chicago, that's really a Hispanic thing to play soccer. Like the whole soccer team in the high schools gonna be mostly Hispanic, and might be one or two black people, bro. That's it, bro, if any. Because most of the black people gonna be doing basketball or football or something.
However, as a young teenager, he was exploited by a couple guys in his area into becoming a runner for their county line operation. This would become the turning point in Joe's life, as his behaviour and school attendance started to decline. He would start to lash out on people he cared about and would often go missing from home, likely selling drugs in the countryside. Joe, now being involved in county line operations, will start going by the name Zeno from the Third Side Gang. The Third Side Gang is an established county line crew in Norfolk. Joe had a reputation for himself, but in 2021, he'll get arrested and be convicted.
I know they pulling up different, bro. What? Ain't no way the UK pulling up in that all black. Bro, because you know how y'all be pulling up. 9 times out of 10, y'all be pulling up in them. These must be the police that got blicks. These got to be the police that got blicks.
For supplying Class A drugs. You see, the problem Joe had was not that he got arrested, but it was the fact that the money and drugs he was carrying were confiscated by the police, which now left him in debt to the gang. Joe was allegedly kidnapped and beaten for this situation, leaving him seriously injured. Unfortunately, Joe was unable to escape this life, as he would go on to get arrested several more times. He would receive a YRO, Youth Rehabilitation Order, which gave him a home curfew. He also had a GPS tag fitted, which stopped him from entering certain areas of Norwich. With the new restrictions and rules in place, Joe was now starting to move in a better path, but it will only take one phone call for all this to fall apart. Cameron Palmer, Benjamin Gill, and Hans B. Harry, part of the rival gang OTM, will hatch up a plan to rob the stash house.
You see, the UK is like very diverse, bro. So it look like y'all got a Caucasian, an African American, and an Indian, all gangbanging. That's crazy in the UK.
Of the Third Side Gang. The OTM members got wind of where their rivals were keeping the products and managed to get a key to the house on the block of flats. On the 28th of January 2022, the 3 members will now put their plan into motion.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. The UK do make me feel a little bit better, bro. I ain't gonna back to you. Why I say the UK make me feel better, bro? Because out here, bro, they be trying to make it seem like, oh yeah, it's just African-American behavior, bro. But then I watch these videos and I see Caucasians, Indians, Asians, everybody doing the same type of stuff as what they say we be doing. So I'll be like, okay, they just trying to push it on us, bro, when everybody be doing that type of stuff. Because really with the Caucasians, bro, we only know about them doing that, you know what, that triple K stuff. You feel me? We ain't going to speak too much on that. And they like some mafia type stuff. They try to play it like, oh yeah, if Caucasians doing it, they like on some mafia crime family type stuff. They ain't running around being crash outs and stuff. That's just real. But in the UK, this is normal. I ain't gonna back to you, bro. Like they just put it on like out here, really just like, oh yeah, it's the people that's not from the country and the African Americans. They just try to say it's us all the time, bro. I literally read the comments and people be saying that, bro. But like, bro, do y'all not know what y'all be doing, gang? Y'all don't know what y'all be doing too. They just try to push it all on the other people though.
And make their way to the flat in Vale Green, where the Three Side Gang were keeping their products. The group were able to get access into the flat, but when they tried the key to open the house door, it didn't work. They would try the key several times, even barging the door to get it open, but to no avail. But what the group didn't know was that on the other side of the door was a County Lines drug dealer who was hearing the whole thing happen. The drug dealer will call Joe at 6:48 p.m. and tell him that people were trying to rob the house and to hurry up and help him. Joe, hearing the whole information, will waste no time and start making his way to the Vale Green area with a fat machete. Whilst Joe was making his way to the stash house, the OTM members were on their way out of the flat building after failing to get through the door and rob the house. Joe Dix and the group will eventually spot each other, and this will now be the final couple minutes of Joe's life. The 3 teenagers will chase Joe for a couple minutes, and in CCTV footage, you can see Joe running for his life. In the footage,
Bro, wait, so Joe pulled up to help, and then he ended up getting unalived? That's pretty crazy.
you can also see one of the members, Benjamin Gill, drop something, and when he bent over to pick it up, you can see him holding a knife in his other hand.
Dang.
The teenagers would eventually catch up to Joe.
You see, you got to be athletic out there, bro. That's what I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Lots of Americans ain't going to be able to survive in this type of environment just because y'all don't be having blicks. Y'all say y'all have blicks, but it's more common to get chefed up than blicked up out there. And that's what I'm saying. If it's more common for people to have knives, most Americans out there that got blicks will probably be out there with knives, you feel me, if they was in the UK, because if it's hard to get, it's just hard to get, you feel me, at the end of the day. So they'll be out there doing that diabolical knife stuff, and they ain't gonna be able to catch people. They ain't gonna be able to do lots of stuff, you feel me? They ain't gonna bap to you, man. If we can't have it, man, if I can't have Blick, I ain't going, bro. But you ain't gonna be able to escape the UK people. That's why. That's why America's scared. You come out there without no Blick. Now you gotta be a track star to be able to get away from someone, bro. And it's like, that's pretty diabolical, bro. You real life gotta run for your life all the time in the UK, bro.
Joe and gone to stab him 7 times before running off. Joe was actually able to stand up after the attack and start stumbling in the direction of his flat. He won't make it far before collapsing, with his insides falling out, according to witnesses. Emergency services will be called and will find Joe laying on the ground with multiple stab wounds. He was rushed to a hospital but was already too late, and Joe passed away 1 hour later at just the age of 18. It was stated that the cause of death was hypovolemic shock and a critical stab wound to the torso.
Hypervolumic shock. Well, I was just gonna say he passed away because his intestines came out. We just gonna leave it at that.
An investigation will now be launched into the death of Joe Dix, aka Zeno from Third Side. Police will gather CCTV footage around the area Joe was last spotted, which is when they spot the OTM gang members making their way to the Vale Green estate and chasing Joe down the road before stabbing him. The police now had 3 faces and 3 potential suspects related to the murder. Further CCTV footage will show the teenagers making their way back to Benjamin's flat in Lefroy Road after the stabbing.
Bro, they got cameras everywhere, bro. Like, I ain't gonna bap to you. I see why everybody be masked up 24/7 in the UK. Like, you gotta be masked up, bro, because if you're not masked up, bro, you on camera. You on camera already while you masked up, bro. But it's like, it seems like every time I be watching those videos, bro, these videos, bro, they got them everywhere, bro. The last video I watched, bro, they had someone walking out his house, had him going to the festival. I'm like, bro, how they got this man walking out his house on the CCTV footage, bro? I was like, bro, he was masked up and stuff, but I don't even think he was masked up. Was he masked up? I don't even think he was masked up when he walked out the house, bro. I don't remember. I just know they had him on camera. And it's like, it's pretty diabolical, bro, that you on camera 24/7, bro, all the time, bro.
They will then leave the flat 30 minutes later and make their way to a nearby shop.
And then they walked out with no mask on, bro. So you walk in masked up and then you walk out with no mask. You over with, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. You failed the mission, bro. You was gonna have to be walking around 24/7 all masked up. And at least, bro, change your outfit, bro. You gotta change up your whole entire wardrobe and style. If you walk in masked up and you want to walk back out 30 minutes later, bro, you got to have a whole different outfit on. You got to look like a totally different person, brother. And if you're not looking like a totally different person, they already know it was you. You just took off the mask. You going to jail. I ain't going back to you.
Laughing and smiling like nothing happened.
Yep, you going to jail.
When information came out of Joe's death, the 3 teenagers will try to cover their tracks by burning all their clothes and the blade used to murder Joe. They would even throw all their phones into a river in order to get rid of any evidence. Forensic analysts would report back that all 3 phones dropped off the network at the same time. Cameron's phone was eventually recovered by the search and dive team.
Whoa. So these people real, like, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. This is what I mean, bro. Like, the UK, bro, they just overdoing it, bro. Like, why y'all getting a whole diving crew just to find his phone, bro, in the water, bro? Like, I would have thought, I ain't gonna keep to you, real deal. I would have thought, like, hey, man, would it be inside the water, bro? At least they not gonna be able to find the phone, bro. Like, it ain't no way they're gonna real life. I feel like they'll probably do a diving crew for, like, if they trying to find a body or something. But for a phone? Oh, yeah, bro. I would have been overly blue. I ain't gonna back to you, but use this as an example, brothers. In the UK, boy, they'd do a diving crew to find that phone, bro.
But the phone was broken and waterlogged, so it had to be dried out and reconstructed into a different phone. before being able to access the device.
Oh my God, bro. I was wondering, like, how is they gonna be able to get it to work? I know the phone is fried, bro. I know it's still fried. And it's like, bro, they reconstructed the whole phone. Bro, I would think, like, how you gonna restructure it? Ain't the components like destroyed? But that's why I say, bro, if they want to get that information, bro, they could get that information, bro. If you're not using the old word to ear, talking to someone personally, bro, just know they got that information on you and they can get that information. I ain't going back to you. Just always remember that, bro. If you're doing anything through the phone and you seeing it right here, right before your eyes, bro, I didn't even know they do this type of stuff. This video just put me on the game. Real deal, bro. Now you know.
The 3 teenagers will now be arrested. Text messages will be found on Cameron's phone showing that he organized the robbery. The task that the prosecution now had was to prove that the 3 OTM gang members were responsible for the death of Joe Dix.
A phone is just a GPS
Court hearings
device
will be spread out throughout the year. But on the 4th of October 2023, after 12 hours of deliberation, the jury will reach a majority verdict and all 3 teenagers will be ordered to stand up. Hans B. Harry's solicitor will argue that there was no evidence that her client participated in the stabbing of Joe, as you can't see him anywhere in the CCTV footage of the attack. 20-year-old Hans B. Harry was however found guilty and received a life sentence with a minimum term of 20 years.
Yeah, I didn't see him. It was only 2 people chasing after him. Real deal. But that's why I say, bro, you hang around that type of people, you going down with those type of people. Lots of people like to be like, oh yeah, I'm around that crowd. I'm around those steppers. I'm around them real steppers. But you not with that stepping though. So you think, oh yeah, you good. You ain't gonna go to jail just because you're not stepping with the steppers. No, you want to be around the steppers, you going down with the steppers, just to let you know, bro. So don't think you could just get cool points around being around the people that's catching bodies and not go down with them. Like, yeah, I'm with them, but we ain't. No, you going down with them just for being around them now, brother.
And upon release, he'll be deported back to Mauritius.
Dang!
The solicitor for Benjamin Gill will try to flip the script and argue that the drug dealer who called Joe might have been involved in the murder and not his client. 19-year-old Benjamin Gill was found guilty and received a life sentence with a minimum.
I'm trying to figure out, why did Joe pull up if he did? Like, what did Joe plan to do? That's the real question I'm trying to think about. Like, watching this video, bro, if Joe didn't have no blicky, why was Joe pulling up, bro? Like, that stuff was not worth your life. And he said in the call, he told him it's multiple people. So off the bat, me hearing there's multiple people trying to break into the trap, if I don't got no blicky, bro, hey, bro, hey, brother, you better hop out the window or something, run out the back. I ain't gonna be able to pull up on you if I don't got no blicky. Real deal, bro. You got to be smart about this, bro. People be letting their pride get them messed up. They be thinking they Superman and stuff. And it's like, bro, it's multiple people trying to get into the trap. If they trying to break into the trap, 9 times out of 10, I'm assuming any person that's trying to break into something got a weapon up on them. Real deal. So just assume that if you hear someone trying to break in, they got something up on them 9 times out of 10. If they don't, they just some goofies, bro. I ain't going back to you.
Term of 21 years. The solicitor for Cameron Palmer addressed the jury and argued that even though his client was a drug dealer, it doesn't mean he's a murderer, and that Cameron was not spotted with a knife in the CCTV footage. 90-year-old Cameron Palmer was however found guilty and received a life sentence with a minimum term of 21 years.
Dang.
Because Joe, aka Zeno, was part of a gang, the rival gang will go on to mock his death along with sending threatening messages to his parents. They will vandalize Joe's memorial garden.
Now that's that goofy stuff right there. I ain't go back to you. It's just leave the parents alone. Like, once the people pass away, leave the parents alone, bro. Don't mess up the funeral stuff. Just leave it alone at that. I feel like that's just some goofy stuff where you just trying to get extra validation. Like, you trying to get validation from, like, bro, leave it alone now, bro. You already done the damage, bro. He's gone, bro. It ain't nothing you could personally do to him at all, bro. You can't do no more to him. Now you just being bogus to the innocent people that don't got nothing to do with this at all.
At Vale Green that the family set up. The Forsyth gang will now start plotting a revenge attack on the OTM gang for the murder of their member, A close friend of Joe called Alfie Hammett, part of the First Side gang, will be in contact with another gang called IP3 in order to get revenge for Joe's murder. A 19-year-old called Joshua Howe.
You see, y'all talk about my glasses being crooked. His glasses crooked too. On game, real deal, bro. This is my brother right here, bro. My crooked glasses brother. Because as y'all can see, Chad was talking about my glasses being crooked. They not that crooked. I feel mine is not it. Wait, who's more crooked, bro? Let's see. Now, his glass is more crooked than mine. His glasses is more crooked than mine. I ain't gonna back to you, bro. You see, he a real one for sure, bro.
Of a neighbouring gang will also be involved, and they'll set their mark on an OTM gang member called Raymond Quigley. On the 17th of January 2023, Alfie and Joshua will travel to Ipswich Town Centre, patrolling the area looking for Raymond. You can watch CCTV footage of the pair going up and down the town centre with a belly on and their hood up and both hands in their pocket.
I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Real deal, bro. You going to jail off the back, bro. You just stand out too much, bro. Like, looking at the CCTV footage, bro, if I see everybody else just normal, everybody just dressed normal, then I see you with the all masked up, puffer jacket and stuff on with hands in pockets, bro, I know to watch you the whole time. You finna be on some wild stuff. I know who to watch off the back just off how you looking, bro.
Concealing a weapon.
And then how y'all walking too, bro. Y'all walking like y'all about to crash out. Real deal, bro. You know how crash outs got a certain walk to them. Like, you know, like, oh yeah, he about to go do something very diabolical. Like, you could tell, like, anybody crash out. Like, every crash out got that walk to them right before they finna crash out.
Around 3:35 p.m, the two teenagers will spot Raymond walking with two of his friends. Alfie will run straight at Raymond and start stabbing him multiple times, whilst Joshua pulls out a long blade and chases after one of the friends Raymond was with.
Hang on back to you, bro. How is they concealing that big old blade, though? Like, real deal, bro. They got this big old, what's this called, bro? Pirates of the Caribbean blade, bro. Like, what is going on, bro? And they literally, I see why they walking like that, though. I'd be walking like that, too. Got a big old blade inside my pants, bro. What is going on, bro?
The friend managed to escape to safety in a nearby clothes shop, and this is when Joshua runs out the shop and proceeds to sprint down the road. Alfie, who stabbed Raymond multiple times, will also run away in the opposite direction to Joshua.
Oh yeah, you going to jail. You going to jail,
Following
brother.
the attack, Raymond managed to stagger across the road to get help, but collapsed in a nearby shop. Emergency services would arrive shortly afterwards, but despite their best efforts of the public and medical team, Raymond died at the scene at just the age of 18.
Dang.
The First Side gang had now completed their mission, a life for a life. Another
That said a body for body. I ain't gonna back to you. You should have said body for body. Talking about a life for a life, bro. Like that when you're talking about street activity, you gotta say body for body.
investigation will now be launched into the death of Raymond Quigley. There was a huge amount of CCTV footage of the whole attack and CCTV footage of both attackers after.
Ooh, bro, y'all got these old streets, bro. I know these streets was made before World War II happened. I know that for a fact.
The incident, you can see Alfie running down the street to a car park in which he switched out his grey tracksuit bottoms for black ones. The footage will also catch Alfie without his mask.
So everyone they just not they like how y'all live in the UK and you don't understand there's cameras everywhere you go. Like this like the fourth person I seen that was completely masked up when they committed this stuff. And then when they get it away and leave it, they just take the mask off. But this the plot twist though. They got the same outfit on that they just committed the crime in. So it's like, you going to jail, brother. You is going to jail. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I thought UK people was way more smarter than American gangsters, bro. But real deal, bro, y'all not. Y'all, I'm seeing the proof right here, bro. I ain't going back to you.
Heading back home.
Oh yeah, you going to jail, brother. Real deal.
Joshua's movements were also tracked after the incident, as you can see him walk down the road and start sprinting from time to time.
He got tired. That's why they be having that moped, buddy. That's why they have that moped, buddy. On game.
Around
Now you
midnight
running.
on the 21st of January, officers arrested Joshua in Oxfordshire, and 12 hours after, Alfie was also arrested on Rushmore
Hey,
Street.
bro. They got this man walking all the way to the crib, bro. This is what I mean about the UK, bro. You see, normally I'd be like, bro, some of these spots, bro, now I'm supposed to have cameras, bro. Real deal, bro. They got this man walking all from the crime scene all the way to his house, bro. How is CCTV doing this stuff right now, bro? Y'all being watched all the time, bro. Like, this whole video is just us watching him go all the way back to the crib right now. I ain't gonna back to you.
They were taken into police custody for questioning before being charged with murder 2 days later. Mobile phone analysis discovered that a series of phone calls were made before the attack. One associated with
bro?
First
Got those smokers. How did the camera? How do they get this? How do they get this? This is what I mean, bro. How do they got access to this inside the UK, bro? Real deal, bro. Is they allowed to do this? Like, this is like the third game, bro. How they get the access to their house? How can they see them right? They got the camera right next to their door. Like, this is pretty crazy. I ain't going back to you, bro. Do they get access to the Ring cameras or something? Like, what is going on right now? Because there's no way that they should have this footage right here. It's no way that they should have this footage right here. I ain't going back to you.
and the other with IP3. Within minutes of receiving these calls, both Alfie and Joshua left their house and made their way towards the meeting place near the college before launching their attack on Raymond and his friend.
Hello?
Whilst the trial was going on, it was found that Joshua had attempted to flee the country to Kenya in order to avoid
I'm gonna be
arrest.
over there when I'm done.
The prosecution will piece together that the attack was in relation to the murder of Joe Dix, and that one of the gangs would get
I'll come a
revenge
little
for
bit
one
later
of
when
their
you get back. Let me
members.
know when you come back.
Essentially, an eye for an eye. 19-year-old Alfie Hammer was found guilty and received a life sentence
I'm gonna
with
be
a
over there
minimum
for a
term
minute.
of
I'm
24
gonna be over there
years.
for a minute.
Joshua Howe was also found guilty and received a life sentence with a minimum term of 20 years. Both these gang members were only 19 when they got sentenced. But
Bro, you see, like, I ain't gonna back to you, bro. I expect my brethren with the crooked glasses to be more smarter than this. Actually, bro, we didn't even see brother with the crooked glasses like that without his mask on, bro. You see, I knew that he was the smartest one out the group, bro, because you barely see his face, bro. On game, you barely see him. That's the power of the crooked glasses, bro.
which is honestly just crazy. The county line gang beef has now ended with two teenagers, Joe Dix and Raymond Quigley, losing their life at such a young age. The other teenagers involved in their deaths will now spend their whole youth in prison over something that was completely avoidable. As you can tell, county lines are just as bad as gang violence and are very dangerous.
Now y'all see Shorty got that gut taken her to jail, bro. And she got that long ponytail too.
It's very hard to leave once you become involved in this sort of stuff, because these groups will groom young impressionable kids into doing their dirty work. Growing up in London, I've seen this happen firsthand, and it's more common than you think. Joe Dix's parents have started a charity called the Joe Dix Foundation, where they educate both parents and children on the dangers of being involved in these county line operations. I do recommend you go check it out once you get the time. Like I say in every outro, if you take
Yeah, we do not condone nothing in this educational, informational document at all. But as y'all can see, it's a lot of stuff going on in the UK that y'all don't know about. Lots of people don't know about Third Side, bro. When I asked the UK people about Third Side, they was acting like they didn't know about Third Side for real. So obviously, bro, ain't too many people knowing about Third Side for real, bro. But I know about it because, like I said, bro, I'm part UK if you ain't know. Real deal, bro. I became part UK like probably like a month and a half ago. I became part UK if you ain't know, you feel me? But I never been to UK though. Real deal, but I'm part UK. But if you watch this educational, informational documentary all the way through, I know you messing with another educational, informational documentary. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, Turn on post notifications so you never miss out on any educational, informational documentaries like this. Nah, bro, I'm UK, bro. I'm part UK, brother. Real deal, bro. I already told y'all this, bro. Real deal, bro. Don't try to don't you ever try to disrespect me and say I'm a UK tourist, bro. Now I'm finna bug up. Now y'all got me over whooping now. And I told y'all where I'm from too. I told y'all where I'm from. So don't play with me. On game, I told you I'm from Newham. Newham. The east side. East London. Don't make me bug up now. Don't make me bug up now. Now y'all, are you playing with me, brother? Let me take a sip of this Aquafina, bro. So I gotta cool off, bro, cause you'll try to test my gangster. Call me a tourist. Wait, what you say? You said that's the South? Bro. What? From Wood Green. On gang. Yeah, you already know. Used to be WGM on gang. On gang. Yeah, real deal, bro. That's the background check, bro. Lots of people don't know about the background check, bro. Real deal. Okay. They gotta do their research, bro. They don't be doing their research. Nah, bro. I told you, gang. I'm from Newham, bro. East side. East Newham, gang. Real deal, bro. You know. That's what I'm trying to tell you, brother. I'm not even trying to do too much, though. I just showed you right there, bro. I just showed you right there, bro. I don't gotta do too much no more. Bro, I just showed you, bro. I just showed you, bro. So it's like, that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to show you. Are you south? Gang. Come to the south side. He threw up cinch. Wait, that's Central City? What are you talking about, bro? I ain't gonna back to you, real deal, bro. Throwing up a donkey real fast. I found this little 5-minute video of this shit about, the same force. I like to see motivational rich stuff, but this about the street life of Amsterdam. It's a 5-minute video of the macro mafia, how much money they made. I think they made a lot of money. I ain't gonna lie to you. When I hear people making a lot of money, I like to know about it. You feel me? I ain't gonna bap to you. Netherlands got a lot of shit. No, can't curse. Can't curse. They be getting wild in Netherlands, but they also be getting to that money too. You know the most richest gang inside the Netherlands? The macro mafia. Ain't nobody more richer than them. And you like, how do I know this? I'm finna show you how do I know they're the most richest. You feel me? Because if you don't know, it's because you haven't watched this video.
Picture this. A kid from Amsterdam West. No diploma, no connections. But one thing he does have, access to cocaine. And more importantly, access
You just said the Netherlands is sweet, bro. You didn't know you don't know about Raheem Tahim on gang. Do your research on him.
access to cash. And not just
No, his name is Rude Run, Red Run, or Rude One. That one of those.
a little. Every year, hundreds of millions of euros flow through the Dutch cocaine trade, and the Mokro Mafia, once a loose network of street dealers with Moroccan roots, has now grown into one of Europe's most profitable drug cartels. It started on the streets of Utrecht, Amsterdam, and Rotterdam. Small drops, single kilos. But within a generation, they took over the ports of Antwerp, Rotterdam, and Vlissingen, Europe's key entry points. While others were busy spraying bullets, these guys were thinking in briefcases, not about being the most feared, but the smartest.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Every time we watch an Amsterdam video, we don't really hear about people crashing out. Like, I never really seen like a real life crash out video on Amsterdam. Well, I do be seeing people catching lots of bodies, but when they be catching bodies and stuff, it be more so like business wise, bro. Real deal. They be having like, really, it be off of money. Like, you know, they be making lots of money. People start playing with their money and stuff, and then that's when they get like that. But outside of that, they ain't really gang banging in Netherlands. They really just trying to make money out there for real.
Because while everyone else was chasing status, this new generation focused on the real prize. What do you do with the money? Drugs come and go, but money is power, and power needs to be washed clean. Every container of cocaine is worth hundreds of thousands, and dozens of those containers enter Western European ports every week. The problem, all that cash is dirty, it's off the books, and if you don't clean it, you don't get caught by bullets, but by the taxman. That's where the real business begins, because the drug trade ends at the port, but the money trail, that runs much deeper. And so begins a different kind of operation, one involving shady real estate deals, crypto wallets on servers in Dubai, shell companies in Curacao, and £500 notes packed.
And this why they be lasting longer than these American dudes. I ain't gonna back to you because lots of these dudes, bro, they get this street money and they just spend it on chains, jewelry, and then they end up going to jail, and then they ain't able to trap no more. Since they not able to trap for real, they don't got no money coming in for real, and they just living off the money they built up. When you can have real estate, all types of stuff. The only thing is, if it's under your name and they know that you doing that type of stuff, they will take it away. But smart people ain't gonna put it under their name. You feel me? But if you know, you know. If you don't know, that's why you're gonna be locked up and broke. You feel me?
In duffel bags and driven to Morocco or Spain. The same street kids now own investment firms. They back car rental businesses, barbershops, even restaurants. Not to make a profit, but to move the money again and again until nobody knows where it started. And if the police come knocking, where'd this Range Rover come from? The answer's simple. Business lease, bro, or legal. Meanwhile, the same car is used to move kilos, or worse, carry out revenge hits. But this story, it's not about bullets. This one's about gold. Because somewhere between the block of coke and that trendy barbershops in Amsterdam, there's an invisible trail. One where money turns into influence, assets, and quiet control. To launder money, you only need one thing. A story. A story that makes sense on paper, but leads nowhere in real life. That's where the Mokro Mafia understands perfectly. One of the most common techniques? Cash-heavy businesses. Places where paying in cash is still the norm. Shisha lounges, barbershops, car washes, nightclubs. On paper, they're doing great. But look closer, and you'll see the mismatch between foot traffic and revenue. 2 customers a day, but 4,000 euros in daily sales? No one asks questions, because it looks like a business. And that's the genius of it. Laundering isn't about hiding, it's about making it look normal. Sometimes the owner is a cousin, a brother-in-law opens a restaurant, a niece suddenly runs.
That's the whole thing about it, bro. That's why people be lasting, bro, because lots of these people in Amsterdam and all that stuff, bro, I be seeing them in the video. I be like, man, they look at me the wrong way, talking crazy. I'm going to bug up with them, real deal, hit them with that doop. But then you find out that it's Red Ron Tahim, and he the leader of the Micro Mafia and all that stuff. and now they sending hits at your door. You feel me? Because you never know who you dealing with in Amsterdam. I ain't gonna back to you. That's the difference, bro. In America, bro, I know who a gangster is just off looking at them. I know what they trying to be, what type of timing they on. In these videos, I don't be knowing what type of timing they on till they tell me about what type of timing they on. You feel me?
Runs a property company. It all follows the same path. Cash to bank deposit, to company expenses, to declared income. Simple, clean, untouchable. But it doesn't stop there. Some groups use invoice circuits, a complex web of companies that send fake invoices to each other for services that were never delivered. 50,000 euros for marketing advice, 80,000 euros for IT consultancy, 10,000 euros for event security for events that never happened. On paper, perfect. In reality, one giant washing machine. And as long as tax authorities don't have the time to comb through every line item, the system keeps running. This is where things get really interesting. Because behind all those cafes, barbershops, and holding companies, it's not street kids anymore. It's men in suits. Lawyers, accountants, notaries, and real estate agents. They've never touched a kilo of coke, but they know exactly how to funnel millions through real estate without raising a single red flag. Some of them know they're working for the underworld. Others choose not to ask. As long as the invoice gets paid and the story holds up, it's all within the law, or at least not technically illegal. That's what makes laundering so different from street crime. It blurs the line between the underworld and the upper world. And then there's a new player in the game, crypto. Through coins like Bitcoin or Monero, hundreds of thousands in cash disappear into the digital ether. No banks, no oversight, no borders. A drug deal in Antwerp can be converted into a crypto transfer to Dubai within 10 minutes. Once there,
I ain't gonna crap. Cryptocurrency is the real way how these people be making all that money for real. I feel like crypto was literally made just so people could get away with things they not supposed to be doing, bro. That's like the main reason of crypto.
it's withdrawn as cash or invested into property, watches, and cars, all without touching a single European bank. And as long as nobody truly knows where the money came from, everyone stays quiet. Because here's the truth. Money doesn't ask questions, and power never has to introduce itself.
Nah, that's really like the truth for real. We don't condone nothing inside this educational, informational documentary. But if you don't really tell people what you got going on, then guess what? They ain't gonna be able to tell on you. How can they tell on you if they don't even know what you're doing for real? The problem is y'all be trying to let people know what's going on, this, that, and the third. And now when they get locked up, they get caught. And they get locked up for some stuff they did, they gonna be like, well, I know this guy, and he doing a whole bunch of stuff, way more than me. Like so much stuff that you could get me out of jail if I tell you. And now they gonna tell on you, you feel me? So it's like, if they don't know that information, guess what? They ain't gonna be able to tell on you, feel me? But we don't condone nothing in this educational, informational documentary. If you watch this all the way through, I know you messing with another educational documentary. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you never miss out on any educational, informational documentaries like this. People just want to flex every move on game. As we want to do that, and then that's how you gonna get told on. You gonna get told on because everybody know what you got going on. Rolling up the doty. Bro, I had this shirt since my ex got me this shirt on game. My ex got me this shirt. Has got me this shit. Shit. Damn, she got me this shit motherfucking like 4 years ago now. 4 years ago. This show like 4 years old. I ain't gonna bap to you real deal. But I like this show. Hold on. Damn, the camera is inverted. I like this show. National Geographics. This is one of my favorite shows as a kid. I ain't gonna back to you. That's why she got in the shirt, because I love this show as a kid. Real deal. One of the best, what the fuck, TV programs on game. Y'all fuck with the National Geographics. Or nah, y'all ain't fuck with it. Y'all ain't fuck with them. Bro, I was just watching a documentary about motherfucking Jeff Bezos, bro. That shit's so crazy, bro. Folks so rich, gang. It's crazy, bro. Like, he started off selling books, bro. Motherfuckers thought he was crazy, bro. Like, but he had the advantage of the internet just starting, bro. That's the whole thing that he got so big, bro. Like, the internet was just becoming big. He took advantage of the internet becoming big. No one wasn't really using it like that for real. Wasn't no online businesses. So he been like, oh yeah, let me make an online business. On gang. He did that shit, started off with books. He told motherfuckers he want to sell like a kayak, a book, all types of shit on the same platform. Motherfuckers thought he was crazy. Like, gang, how the fuck, bro? We motherfucking back in the day, gang. How the fuck you finna sell the fucking kayak, motherfucking through a website, bro? Like, I looked up, like, he called it the Amazon, because Amazon's like a big ass fucking, you know, the Amazon is a big ass fucking forest, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's big as shit, everlasting and shit. So it's like he was gonna name it Relentless at first, but he be like, nah, Relentless ain't gonna fit the goal of what the fuck I want. Amazon, a big ass fucking forest of everything. Amazon got all types of shit up in that motherfucker. You look up all the different types of creatures and shit up inside the Amazon. Okay, that's why they call Amazon Amazon. Understandable. You feel me? But yeah, I was watching that shit. I'm like, damn, bro. You just gotta believe in yourself. You gonna sound crazy until it's not crazy. And that's just what every come up story, bro. You gonna sound crazy until it's not crazy. You feel me? Y'all be watching shit like that. Them documentaries and shit. Y'all be like, hell nah, that shit be too long. Cause them bitches do be like 3-4 hours, bro. Real deal. On gang, them bitches. Them like my favorite things to watch. Documentaries and shit. I be watching about presidents. Anyone that got success, bro. I don't really care if it's a rapper or actor. As long as you got successful, you feel me, you like made like a major change. I want to figure out how you did it. You feel me? Not to be like them, but you could learn from everybody's success story. You feel me? Even if you don't got nothing to do with them at all. You feel me? You can learn from all that. You feel me? What you take in will help you grow. You feel me? Just gotta make sure you're taking in the right shit every day. I take in lots of bad shit too. That's why I make sure I watch a lot of good shit too to make up for all the bad shit I watch. Okay. People don't know that really mess with your head mentally. You feel me? You're not watching the right shit. So you gotta watch good shit and bad shit, bro. You gotta watch informational shit. You don't gotta read or none of that shit, bro. But make sure you take in as much good shit as you take in bad shit, bro. I ain't gonna back to you. It'll change your mindset. You can learn a lot from documentaries. I ain't gonna back to you. Like, really, documentaries, bro, if you want, bro, you can make a lot of money from just watching a documentary. Because real deal, bro, what lots of good people do that make content, bro, they watch the long shit that most people don't want to watch, read the shit that people don't want to read, and then they just make it interesting. That's really all a good content creator got to do to be successful. Like, that's why I'm finna start focusing on doing the mixture, because that's what I did on TikTok and shit. You just gotta watch your documentaries, do the boring shit. You gotta know how to turn the boring shit. Like, cause like lots of people probably even want to know about that shit, but they ain't trying to watch that 2 hour long documentary. So you gotta be able to shorten down that whole 2 hour long documentary into like motherfucking. It depends. If you, it's harder to do it with TikToks because you gotta make it shorter, but you can still do it. You just gotta take notes on the key parts. The thing, because there be lots of bullshit in the documentaries that people don't really need to know, and some stuff people do need to know. You know, watch documentaries if it have animals. I ain't gonna bet to you. Animals, I love animals, bro. I love animals a lot. You feel me? That's why I got these fucking dogs, bro. The dogs is the only reason why I got a house. Real deal, bro. But now since I got a house, I love having a house. But I was cool with having an apartment with a little gym and all that shit. But it's like shit. I got fucking dogs. Shit. It is what it is, though. Let's see. Yeah. Let me see. See how y'all was do some face codeine always. Y'all mess with Trap. The worst thing about being a rapper. Let's see. What the fuck I'm talking about? What the worst thing to be a rapper, bro? This Trap University. His videos don't really do good on my page, but I know y'all love Trap University. And I mess with his content. So we'll react to it, bro. Cause you feel me? I don't like to just do the like you feel me. I need to get every country too because that's gonna be my niche. But I'm not trying to spam everybody inside the live streams with just different countries all day. Y'all be like, damn, we learning about Timbuktu again. Yeah, we learning about Timbuktu again, gang. But we finna mix it up, bro. We finna do some shit. You feel me? It's just a fun video to watch with y'all, bro. Sometimes it don't gotta be for the views. It don't gotta be for the views, bro. Like every Trap University video don't never really go good for me. Shed a tear. Nah, I'm just fucking around with you. But I'm not fucking around with it not doing good. I'm just fucking around with the shedding a tear part. But we finna get to the video now. Repetition. Gang. And I ain't gonna be on live for that long, but I'm hopping on live later today because I ain't gonna go to sleep because I gotta do some shit early morning, bro. Like early as hell. Like I'm gonna be on live. I'm finna go move some shit. Literally, I gotta go move some shit at like 2. Okay, like I said, I'm a real hustler. Y'all like, damn, bro. Yeah, I'm finna go move some shit, bro. Do this shit. After I move this shit, gotta edit videos. that I'm gonna hop back on live. I'm gonna be on live for a good minute until I gotta go move some more shit. I don't gotta do the shit, but I need to do this shit because TikTok suspended me. Even though I get off on the 30th, which is today, I gotta still plan about how the fuck I'm finna make my money on TikTok, because when you don't post for a good minute on TikTok, bro, you get rusty. I got rusty. You feel me? So now I gotta get inside the mode again for making TikToks so I don't gotta move shit. But I actually been cool just like moving shit and doing all that shit, bro. Because it's like real deal, bro. It be cool working. It be cool working. I be liking to have, because it's like with content, bro, it's like I gotta actually think. Sometimes you don't be you don't wanna think, bro. You don't wanna gotta think, oh yeah, how the fuck I'm finna make this video, do this, do that. I just want someone to be like, hey nigga, do this shit. Cool, bro. On gang, I listen to my music and chill, bro. But then content, you gotta, oh yeah, I gotta do this, you gotta do that. You gotta think about what you're gonna do. And if you don't do it the right way, boy, you're not getting paid, boy. On gang, so you gotta think about what you're gonna do to get paid. Your job, you don't gotta think about that shit, and you gonna get paid, gang. Real deal. So I'll be cool with it when I don't feel like thinking this shit too. And when I just be like, I want a break from social media, I'll be cool with working. Cause it's like shit. I don't got a problem with working. I like money on game. But yeah, sometimes you be want to take a break. I like live streaming though. But live streaming don't get the money though. That's why, like, you feel me? If TikTok and short form content, I'm not doing that. That's why I stopped posting shorts, because I haven't been making TikToks. But I'm finna post consistently on shorts. But short form content will pay my bills. So if I'm not making short form content, I'm not making money. You feel me? So yeah, I haven't been making short form content. So I just been hustling, just thinking about how I'm finna be a better content creator, which is I'm gonna start back posting like consistently on the first. Like I'm still live streaming this shit. I still been posting consistently, but I haven't been posting like as many videos as I should. You feel me? But I still post every day and shit, as y'all can see. Yeah, shorts pay me, but really not as much as it used to, because I haven't been, like, for shorts, I gotta post like 5-6 videos every fucking day to do that shit, to make like to pay all my bills and shit. Like, cause shorts is way more inconsistent. Hell no, bro. I ain't finna do that shit, boy. You said that shit last time, bro. Yo, freaky body ass. Okay. Boy, I just want to think, bro. I just want to chill, bro. Real deal, bro. That's why I'm working, bro. Cause I just want to chill, bro. Cause I've been posting videos back to back to back to back to back. Really, it's just cause I be posting on TikTok shorts and long form. So I've been like, shit, let me take a break and do this little shit. And then on the first, I'm gonna get back to it. Yeah, TikTok be tripping. That's why I be like, I'm gonna be over on this shit soon. But since TikTok pay me lots of money, I'm like, I gotta make up other shit to be able, because I got some shit I gotta do. Like, I'm finna take a trip. I gotta take a trip, multiple trips, bro. So it's like, I gotta still make the money regardless, bro. But I can't get a job, though, because it's like, if I get an actual job, then I'm not gonna be able to take the trips, because they're gonna be like, nigga, you gotta go to work. So I'm just hustling. Every day I'm hustling, but just to get the money that I missed out on for the month that I was suspended. That's really what I'm doing it for. Just got to get the money that I made from all the money that I missed out from the suspension. I'm going to make back hustling. You feel me? But either way, I'm going to get the money regardless. You feel me? But not the way that Birdie was talking about, bro. On game. We're not doing it that way. You don't want to be a rapper. Like, everybody think it's cool to be a rapper, but I'm finna tell you why it's bad to be a rapper. It's one of the worst things you could do in life. And you like, bro, how you gonna tell me I don't want to be a rapper no more? And that been my dream. I've been working for this my whole life. I'm telling you this because we finna watch a Trap University video. And he said these are the worst things about being a rapper. And I already know lots of bad stuff come with being a rapper. If you don't know those bad things, you finna find out in this video right here.
Nothing is more disappointing than somebody that made it out the hood with a multi-generational following and multi-million dollars, acting as if they want to impress somebody in the hood. You want to relate to the hood? Show them how to get out. This is a little different than what I usually do, but it's something that we have in every city. We all know the biggest disappointment in my city.
You know, he be on
a
later.
Man with a Grammy Award caught in a Fed case because allegedly he was trying to avenge a crash out that should have never been around him. No disrespect to King Von, but you put your hands on somebody and they shoot you. That's called cause and effect. Ain't nothing to get.
Yeah, I ain't gonna back to you. That whole little situation with the King Von Lil Jon situation, I feel Lil Durk shouldn't have threw away his whole career over this stuff. Like, let's be real, bro. That's not really like no situation where you should give up everything for. Like, yeah, King Von, your homie, that's your brother, you feel me? But it's like at the end of the day, bro, that situation wouldn't have happened if he would have acted differently. You feel me? If he didn't put his hands on Quando Rondo, y'all already know it would have played out differently. You feel me? So it's like at the end of the day, I feel like certain things is not worth crashing out over. You feel me?
Get back for. In fact, I hope Lil Durk is innocent because there's too many dead people around him for this to be the revenge he throws his life away for. Not to mention, the guys on every hit associated with his name are straight created players. That's not to say these guys ain't dangerous, according to.
Nah, I ain't gonna back to you. It depends on the situation. Like, I say free a rapper if they doing stuff to their ops, you feel me? But if they get to doing like weird stuff, I ain't condoning that. But like as long as they not hitting innocent people, bro, you feel me? I'm cool. I'm cool. You could hit the people that's trying to beef with you. Innocent people, you unalive an innocent person, bro, keep them in jail. That's why Lil Durk, I say free him. He ain't hitting innocent people. He hitting up the ops. Even though Lil Pab wasn't the intended target, he still, you feel me, so that's different, you feel me?
To one of them, they'll kill you just for a payment. But that's not how the streets work. If we friends, I shouldn't have to pay you to do nothing. Brick Baby, at nearly 40 years old, as impossible as it sounds, a porn star actually gave you the clout that rapping would have never given you. We all know that Adam wanted you to crash out to keep his revenue flowing, and you fell for it. But that's fine. You a gang member. I didn't expect nothing less. Adam is gonna put you in situations where your enemies get brought up and you gonna have something to say. It's just content, and you were getting paid for it too. But failing to realize that when it comes to you and the law, Adam is gonna choose the law every time. That makes him more mature than you.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Adam, y'all should already know that Adam is just sending them off, bro. Real deal, bro. Adam is just using them to get money, but at the same time, life is about getting used, bro. Real deal, bro. Everybody gonna get used at the end of the day. It's about who gonna get used the worst. You feel me? Let's be real. Everybody gonna use everybody, you feel me? But who gonna get advantage out of being used, you feel me? And they ain't really getting no real advantage out of that stuff because really they ain't smart. They just living off of No Jumper, just giving him a platform and ain't really doing nothing to be able to do something on his own without No Jumper. Because let's be real, who is finna listen to Brick Baby without the No Jumper platform? Nobody, you know?
And he's a guy who I regard as having no soul at all. I won't mention any allegations on his name until proven true, but who is this man? He's the son of a corrupt alderman that lobbied for million-dollar contracts to benefit the construction company he worked for before being pardoned by the President of the United States when he got caught in a fraud case. And his uncle, the one who likely secured the pardon, was a board member for the government agency responsible for all the money the U.S. sends to other countries. He managed the campaign for the longest-serving governor in the history of Massachusetts, and he was an informal advisor for President Clinton. To say his uncle was a powerful man is an understatement. How does a man with a family this powerful and influential enough to ask for a presidential pardon become an adult content creator with a hip-hop culture podcast? There's no way the FBI came to his house without a member of his.
I ain't gonna back to you. I mean, you gotta really think about it from a logical aspect, though. Lots of those people that come from like a real nice background, they want to be a part of that lifestyle. Like they be intrigued with that lifestyle. So it's like, it's not really that far-fetched for him to really want to just do that stuff without having the feds come his way. But of course, if the police, you feel me, ask him, 9 times out of 10, he will tell, you feel me, depending on the situation. But you know, Adam, he's smart with it. He not gonna, if it could be put out to the world that he could tell, that everybody know that he tell it, he ain't gonna do that because he know that's gonna destroy his No Jumper platform for real. Adam ain't gonna do that, you feel me? I feel that's the main reason he wouldn't really be snitching, just because why would rappers come onto his platform knowing that he's snitching? You feel me? Like everybody say Vlad TV is snitch, but they don't really got no real proof. So it's like people still go on this platform. But if people get proof that he's snitching, boy, his platform over with. And it's already kind of over with. Let's be real. Who watching Vlad TV?
Family informing him beforehand, and I'm not saying he's a government informant. I'm just saying I can't rule it out. Looking at Adam 22
What
as a
did he
culture
do?
vulture is just
Yeah,
a
that was
distraction
crazy.
compared to what he could actually be. He has days worth of footage on Brick Baby saying things a man with 2 strikes in California should not be saying. And as a result, the federal government has this too. Brick has enough
That's what he be doing, bro. Adam ain't gonna snitch on you, bro. He gonna get you to snitch on yourself. Real deal. I feel like that's what Adam be doing. He be asked, all them interviewers be doing that stuff because they know that's gonna get the money. If they get someone to tell their personal business, they getting paid, and I guess you get validation and cool points from the streets that everybody know you did street stuff, but then you end up in jail.
clout and charisma to do his own podcast to make a living, but being in too deep with the rolling 60s, still, at nearly 40 years old, he dug his own grave. He'll still probably be out before Big U. Lil Baby, from 2017 to now, his career has gone in the wrong direction. When the court in Atlanta is playing recordings of men insinuating that you, a 30-year-old man, have placed bounties on people's head when you're a millionaire, you have made a fatal error. With all the weird things
You already
probably
know
did
that.
with Michael Rubin, it appears you failed to learn the most important thing he could
I ain't gonna bap to you. This picture right here, bro. When I seen this picture, I be like, yeah, they got Lil Baby. And Lil Baby try to say, oh yeah, dog, I'm not letting no man hug me from the back like that, bro. Real deal. Ain't no man hugging me from the back, bro. The only way someone gonna get behind me, and that was as a kid, someone get behind me and suplex me, I ain't gonna bap to you. My cousins and homies, but we would grab someone, suplex, you feel me? But ain't nobody finna hug, boy, nah, bro. If you would have seen me inside that picture, they lifting me up like this, and I'm finna land on my neck. Real deal, bro. That's the only way you gonna see a dude behind me if I'm finna get suplexed. Real deal.
have taught you, because the closest you will see a guy like him to street politics is when he makes all these rappers come party on his boat like a bunch of thoughts. I'm not trying to be bogus, I'm just calling it out like it is. 21 Savage, I used to listen to you back in 2016, but at your age, still rapping like you in the hood, killing anything but a fly that buzz past your head is embarrassing.
Dang, he getting on that, bro. You getting on that with 21 Savage like that. But you gotta understand, as a rapper, that's just come with being a rapper. Like, you feel me? Real deal. You gotta think about it like this from a logical standpoint. You feel me? Like, real deal, bro. Even if he look at his stuff, his negative videos is gonna get more views than his positive videos. If I look at his page right now, all his most negative videos is gonna be the stuff that's gonna get the most views. And then when he become 30, they're gonna be like, bro, why are you still talking about this stuff? And he's probably gonna say, because y'all don't want to watch the shit that's actually good for your knowledge. But he gonna learn that as he get older, you feel me? And I've been doing content for a long time too. So it's like on TikTok, I know like that's the type of stuff that's just gonna go up. And if you want to keep on doing this, you gotta stay with the game or get left behind. Real deal.
A lot of y'all, you, Baby, and Young Thug, guys that could really drop game and show the little YNs how to make it out, will rather pretend to be gang members. Thug, you can't be a gang member because half your gang pled guilty and showed them people in court.
Bro, Michael Rubin, bro, if you see what's going on up in there, bro, he got dudes walking around with like spandex on, speedos, whatever you call it, with Michael Rubin up on it, bro. Like, and Lil Baby and all them was at the party with men serving people with spandexes and stuff on. I'm like, why is there ain't no female? Why the females not serving it? Why is men with spit? That's diabolical, gang.
A lot of respect. One of your main shooters threw you under the bus, so he has no loyalty.
Oh, who behind him? That's Michael Rubin. Michael Rubin is like a very, very rich person. And he's the owner of like the Philadelphia 76ers. He an owner of a basketball team too. You feel me? He got lots of money, a lot of money. I say he kind of like the Caucasian version of P. Diddy, in my opinion. I feel like lots of stuff gonna come out about him, but it's like someone trying to get P. Diddy out right now, bro. That's the whole thing. But I feel Michael Rubin on the same type of time as P. Diddy, he just got more money.
To you. Shout out to Woody for taking care of his family, but if that case wasn't live streamed, it wouldn't have been no I don't recall. He would have recalled everything he did in fact tell those detectives in the interrogation room. So what's the point of being in a game? If the guy shooting for you provides the most evidence against you, the dude you made rich and signed to a deal that pretended to be a crip won't even sit in a cell with you for 6 whole months. All the rappers in Chicago either die or lose their buzz after 2 years. The whole Jacksonville rap scene that had the most mainstream success is either dead or in jail getting testified against by their father, aside from a couple. New York drill is dead. Y'all boys are getting hit by the feds every time it looks like
Well, I ain't gonna back to you. Rappers still going up talking about that same stuff. It's just lots of these rappers, bro, they don't know how to really do it differently, bro. Like, you still got to talk about that type of stuff. But it's like, NLE tried to try to do the whole gospel route, religious route, woke route, and talk about all good stuff in his music, bro. That was a major flop. Ain't nobody want to hear that. As soon as he went back to talking about that, bah, 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 blah, he got views again. You feel me? But you just got to know how to do it the right way with, switching it up.
they took a break. The main hope for hip hop in New York got told on by his own friend, the streets is dead. And we got people with money and influence, and people with influence that could have got some money, all either suffering or about to suffer the consequences. It's embarrassing. Malcolm X once laughed at and mocked the fact that in the black community, musicians and comedians were made to be the leaders by those who actually had the power to put money and influence behind them. 300 Entertainment, responsible for Young Thug and the whole music aspect of YSL, Metro Boomin, Megan Thee Stallion, YNW Melly, QC, the label responsible for Lil Baby, the Migos, Cardi B, and many more. First of all, the founder of 300 worked for a bank responsible for the illegal under international law displacement of Palestinians. The rest of these artists are all under labels owned by Warner, which is headed by oligarchs not even born in the United States. Somebody has been working for decades to put money behind embarrassments to our community, and we wonder why others don't take us serious. Why someone like Adam 22 doesn't fear the consequences of what he does because he knows.
I mean, it is a whole money scheme at the end of the day because the UK, bro, they do not be trying to let people go viral off that real diabolical stuff. Something get to saying some real street stuff, some real diabolical stuff about their ops, bro. The UK most definitely gonna take that down, bro. But out here in America, these people trying to profit off that stuff, so they don't care about taking it down.
It's easier to pit people with money and influence against their own community. And that's because the wrong people are put in these positions. I come from the south side of Chicago. I've seen gang members in the black community, and I've seen judges, police officers, and doctors in our community. Violence interrupters in the hood, men who literally and metaphorically jump in front of bullets before they start flying. But you'll never see millions of dollars put behind them. And it's not about race, because as the Romans knew when they conquered the known world, divide and conquer is how you gain control of everything. The same reason a killer is more famous than a mathematician is the same reason that those that don't know us think that this is what we all are. I seen a lot growing up on the south side. I saw men die every day, but one thing I never saw was BLM. Once again, divide and conquer. And don't let my video do this to you. I love everybody.
Yeah, he's talking about dividing. Yeah, they want to keep people separated and stuff. Man, we spoke about that. I ain't gonna get into that long informational type of, you feel me? We ain't gonna get into that right now, you feel me? But his video was over with. It was like 6 minutes and the video was like at 5 minutes and like 50 something seconds. So you feel me? That's over with. But we don't condone nothing in this educational documentary. And as you can see, bro, basically the whole point of this video is, man, these rappers do stuff for validation, bro, and these rich people is getting paid off these rappers' downfall. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Why you think lots of these rappers keep getting out of jail when they be doing all this diabolical stuff, knowing that they should be in jail? It's because the people that own these rappers want them out of jail because that's gonna get them a lot of money. And the rappers that don't get those rich people behind them, boy, you in jail, brother. You can't be doing diabolical stuff and think you finna not go to jail, brother. Unless you got some billionaire behind you that's getting paid millions off of you. Then you gonna probably get lucky. That's why lots of these rappers get lucky, you feel me? Y'all be like, how these mainstream rappers be getting lucky? It's because they got billionaires that want them out of jail. That's the reason why they be out of jail. I ain't gonna lie to you. And we don't condone nothing in this educational documentary. Like I said, if you watch this all the way through, I know you messing with another educational documentary. So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you never miss out on any documentaries like this. Real deal, bro. That's how it be. That's why Lil Day get out of jail, because his label, bro. His label got them connections, bro. And Lil Day make too much money for them to just throw him away like that, bro. Real deal, bro. talking about Westwood TV. You talking about he a fishy lad. He said lad. Okay, that mean he be on that grimy stuff. He a grimy individual. Individual you gotta watch out for. You feel me? Oh, Tim Westwood. I didn't even see Tim. I didn't even see I just saw Westwood TV. I was like, yeah. Yeah, I know about him. He called him a fishy lad on game. You fishy lad on game. Get on that with them folks. You said, I Dutch your valley. Ah, Dutch your valley. Oh, Dutch your valley. That's crazy, brother. Dutch your valley is a wild man in these streets. Well, man. Kidder Valley. I'm probably gonna check out. I mean, I did a video on Netherlands for that. I gotta hop off at 3 because I gotta do something. But I'm gonna hop on live for a long time later. I'm gonna actually take a trip and stuff. You feel me? So I gotta go. I also gotta go get some juice and all that to make my stuff. So yeah. Hey, okay, I'm straight. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna be on live tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow, later today. I'm gonna be on live till tomorrow. So I gotta do something at 3 a.m. I'm gonna take my trip early because I want my trip to wear off by the time I gotta go do what I gotta do. So I'm gonna take my trip at like 8, be up till like 3. I'm gonna be up all day. I just need to make sure I need to space it out so my trip can be wearing off by the time, you feel me. I ain't gonna take no real good big trip. I'm gonna wait for the real big trip until like probably like next week. I won't take like some little, you feel me, something to keep me up, give me something so like, you feel me. Not your really the truth. But what's all these valleys, bro? Y'all got so many valleys. I ain't go back to you. This valley, that valley. That's y'all getting too diabolical now, bro. Y'all getting too diabolical now. I ain't going back to you. All these valleys and stuff. Oh, 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 that's crazy. I thought that was another person, huh? But y'all over whooping with all that, bro. Y'all got too many valleys out there now, bro. This valley, that valley. Pretty wild. I ain't gonna back to you. I'm gonna be off in like 30 minutes, my brother, but I'm gonna be back on live. You feel me? Well, really less than 30 minutes, but I'm gonna be back on live later today. Cause I'm gonna, whenever I get done with this shit that I gotta do, this move and shit. Move this shit. My muscles fucking hurt. Okay. Well, I gotta move this shit. I don't know, Serge. My algorithm finally starting to get good now because I haven't been listening to no music, bro. Ain't none of that wild stuff been popping up these. Like I let it sit for 2 days just listening to my music. My algorithm finally back to normal, bro. On game, it's been good. No weird stuff. Life's been good, bro. Life's been good. What you mean delete? I don't delete my history because then in my history now it's saved, but I don't be. What you mean delete it? Cause I dislike some shit. That shit still pop up, bro. I'm like, boy, what the fuck is this shit, bro? And then they try to show similar shit to the shit I dislike. Think I won't like that shit. I'm like, bro, what the fuck? And if I go on a different account, I had to listen to fucking ads. And waiting for an ad to hear that shit is diabolical, bro. I ain't gonna bap to you. Chat. But then for now, because then if I play a song, then someone else gonna ask to play a song, bro. And it's always a chain reaction of me having to do another song if someone else would say a song, bro. On game. Yeah. That's how that shit end up going. I don't even know. UK R&B is better than drill. You see, now now you see, no one happy was talking about music until Surge. You see what I mean, Surge? We'll go all the way to who is PSG? Who is PSG? It's early right now, so I don't got none of my Americans to defend me, bro. It's later in the UK on game. Normally I'll be later. So it'd be I'll be my boys up in here from Canada and all that shit, bro. It's late time out there for y'all. Dang. It's still early as hell out here. This year they've been solid. Football team, soccer. Oh, that's a soccer team. I'm like, I don't know what football you talking about, brother, but I don't know about them, but soccer be decent. I used to play that, but shit. Bro, is American soccer team good, bro? 'Cause I don't watch soccer, bro. Because I know in the Olympics, don't we got like a soccer team or whatever, bro? Is we good or not? Do we even got a team, bro? I don't know. Football is soccer, bro. Out there, bro. They be kicking the ball in the goal, right? That's American MLS. Wow. Yeah, nah. Yeah, it's a foot, but it's like, nah, bro, because with football, you're still running with your feet. Oh, dang, you got to run with your feet. Running with your feet. Okay. Nah, man. Major League Soccer. He said all sports should say legs. Bro, I can tell you about football. Let me tell you something real fast. Football, called football. What is they talking about for the soccer, bro? Said football, not soccer. Guess I got to type in American football. I mean, all right. So they say American football is called football because its historical roots in European football games, particularly in soccer and rugby. While the game is distant from soccer and rugby, it evolved from them and still retained the name football. So I guess they took inspiration for soccer and rugby, but over time it changed up, so it's not like that shit no more. But they still kept the name, bro. That's what Google said, bro. That's what Google said. I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. I don't know what else to say. Talking about UK made America, bro. Nah. America made America, bro. I ain't gonna back to you, bro. Donald J. Trump made America. Nah, bro, you over whooping that. You over whooping that. That people gonna be like, bro, you over whooping. But nah, bro. You know who made. Why is American football called football? Sport. Rugby is a sport that's gonna give you forever injuries. On game. They over whooping with that rugby stuff. And you gotta understand, bro, people be getting injured in football and we got pads and all that, bro. Like that. Rugby is over whooping, bro. I ain't gonna back to you. Like real deal. That's too much, bro, on the body. Trump is good. Yeah. I mean his parents. You gotta do his research on his parents, half and half. Game. I did a video on Donald Trump. His dad one thing and his mom something. I think it's on his mama's side. She like Scottish or something. I don't know what the fuck they say. I be forgetting lots of the shit I do, but I can damn look at my notes because I think I still got the notes. And that Donald Trump shit. Yeah. Okay. So Trump is a son and a grandson of immigrants. On his mom's side. Wait. Oh yeah. His mom is German and his dad's side is Scottish. Okay, yeah, that's what I got inside my fucking Donald Trump notes on gang. Took notes about him, but yeah, mom's side German, Scottish side. His dad's side is Scottish. It's the strongest. Yeah, you over whooping, bro. You over whooping, brother. I ain't gonna back to you. Yeah, I got research on Obama, all types of shit. I be doing research for successful people. You got to take notes on success. Trump is not from here, bro. He was born in America. His parents and grandparents and all that. You feel me? But Trump was born in America. But that's why they say it's crazy how he be talking about immigrants and his parents and all that. He come from immigrants. But I guess it's a difference. I ain't gonna lie. I guess it'd be a difference when you be like uh immigrant from like Europe or something, bro. On game. When they be talking about immigrants, you know what they be talking about for real. They be trying to pick and choose. Real deal. They be trying to pick and choose, bro. They ain't trying to mess with no Scottish immigrants. No, you feel me? You see me? You feel me? Certain immigrants, they just ain't gonna try to mess with you. Feel me? You already know how they be getting down. Yeah, they the real ones that was out here, bro. That's why they got certain things called like native land and all that indigenous land that like those still be like they people like the tribes and all that you feel me that American don't have no jurisdiction over. You feel me? On game that you see general get it. General get it. They don't put immigrants onto everything, bro. Like certain people don't be getting that title, even though they still be from a different country, but they don't bring up Donald Trump. Parents are immigrants and all that. They don't like to bring up certain things. You feel me? Because I guess in their eyes, they don't like to talk about them being immigrants. You feel me? Talking about native indigenous. I don't even know, bro. I don't even know. I don't even know. My great grandpa like Cuban though. Okay. Everyone here in the UK loves this. We want music. It's a fake American accent, bro. I got a fake, everyone here. See, on game. Fake American accent. Real deal. Bro, why you snoring so loud, bro? Why are you snoring so loud? Okay. Underboss. Why are you coming in here with this negative aura today? You woke up on the wrong side of the bed, my brother. My brother. Yo, yo. He came up in here whooping. He on it. You already know it. You know him. Gang. ACG. I thought NPC was in here. No, NPC ain't. It's because I'm on here early right now. Like right now, it's like very early and stuff. So lots of the people that really be in the live stream, bro, on American time, they ain't gonna be in here till like later in the day. Real deal. I ain't gonna back to you because right now it's 8 p.m. You see the day it's not even 1 p.m. yet. It didn't even hit 1 p.m. yet. You feel me? So it's like shit, lots of people they still starting for real. You feel me? So yeah, because that's why I said I gotta get off at 1, and then go do this little stuff. Gotta go do this little moving shit real fast, and I gonna come back on once I get done moving and shit. Yeah, I smoked and shit. Yeah, I wanted to hop on live. That's why I got on live early because I be like I want to get live. And then I'm finna hop back on live later and shit. And I'm hopping on live for show. I was just tired last time because I was doing all this moving shit. My body was like, bro, what the fuck? My body was not working how it was supposed to work, bro. I can move my arms now, bro. But after streaming for a long time and then doing content and then TikTok ban you and now you just gotta move shit to get money for like I'm doing this shit for like I was doing it for like a week. I'm finna be done like on the 1st. You feel me? I'm gonna be done with it on the 1st. But my arms, I finally, you feel me? They still hurt, but I'm good enough to be able, you feel my body back to normal somewhat. I'm getting used to it now. We're in the waters. Happens to my side too on game. Yeah, I'm in step right now, bro. That's why I had to. That's the only reason why I wasn't on live, but I be like, I just gotta do it early and shit. And then I'm gonna hop on live early. I'm still gonna hop on live like early. Well, it's probably gonna be late to y'all, but it's gonna be early. It's still gonna be early to y'all. Cause normally I hop on way later. It be like them to the AMs and shit. But it's gonna be early. Cause that's what I'll be having to do until I get off this motherfucking move and shit. Even though I don't gotta go in. I decide if I want to, but I need to get all that extra money on. You feel me? So, and then once I get this TikTok shit, gotta post back on TikTok. I'm gonna start back posting on TikTok tomorrow. You feel me? 1 p.m. It's 1 p.m. Not out there. How about I hit the gym? Yeah, I'm hopping on live. I'm hopping on live as soon as I get done. I'm gonna be done early. The only reason I got all the shit done because I just got like a little job that I gotta do. It's not like more so, oh yeah, you gotta do this shit and that's that, bro. You gotta motherfucking. I did most of the work, motherfucking yesterday. I be like, I just want to get this shit done, so I'm finna do the last of the bit of work, motherfucking today. That's what I'm finna go do right now. Get the rest of this shit done. And shit, I'm gonna be back on live and shit. I just gotta get this shit done. Cause I was really supposed to do it until the 1st. They technically was supposed to take like till the 1st to get done, but I'm getting done soon. I ain't gonna back to you. So I can get back to doing my streaming and shit, bro. Cause I be like, I had to pay the Wi-Fi bill. I had to do all types of shit, gang. You said going on a hike. You talking about a hike. Man, I had to pay this Wi-Fi bill, that shit. I'm damn, bro. I don't ask. He hit my line. I've been doing this move and shit though. Okay. I'm like shit. I gotta do this shit. I had to pay these fucking bills, gang boy. On gang, I looked at my account and I saw that I wasn't getting off a suspension till the 30th. I'm like, bro, if I don't do something, I'm not gonna be able to have any of this shit, bro. I ain't gonna be able to keep the lights on, none of that shit. So I'm like, shit, gotta get to being a man on gang. You see, he like, bro, no muscle came up on gang. But yeah, I had to get to being a man. Lift this shit. Ooh. I'm stronger than I look. What is y'all talking about, bro? I'm stronger than I look. But y'all try to say, oh yeah, he look weak as hell. Stop it, bro. I was lifting heavy shit for down in like 2 days, bro. And it seemed like, oh, that's not a lot if you be doing this shit every day, but it's a lot for a nigga that just be making content in their house all day that just off the back, just lifting heavy shit, moving shit. You like, damn. This shit. Your body got to get back used to it. But I actually like it because it's like, shit, my body getting back in shape. Damn. I've been feeling good, man, going out, bro. It give me something to do, though. I actually might start doing this to make some extra money and to just get out because it's like, I'm not going to go to the gym till I get my motion up. So it's like, I'm going to do this to get some extra money. I'm just not going to do it a lot. I just going to do it just to be able to, pay some bills. Because I still make $1,000 a month from YouTube. Sometimes it'd be more. Like if I post on shorts and long form content consistently, I can make around like 16 to 1800 off of YouTube. Just gotta post consistently. So that's why, bro, I'm not gonna focus on TikTok like that. I'm finna try to get like a couple thousand off of TikTok. Once I run it up off of TikTok, I'm gonna focus on, you feel me? But I'm still able to stream and shit. It's just I ain't gonna have to work as much doing that other shit if I'm got my TikTok, because TikTok give me fast money. But that's because I got a following on TikTok, so I'm able to get money faster than, you feel me, any of my other platforms. But now, chat, I appreciate everyone that tuned into the live stream, man. Y'all the GOATs. Y'all know I gotta go get this money on, man. Get this money on, man. I'm gonna be on live, bro. Then I gotta go do some more stuff at 3 a.m. But I'm gonna be on live the whole time. I'm not going to sleep. It's 3 a.m. I'm not gonna go to sleep at 3 a.m., bro. And then I went to sleep today, so I've been like, shit. Yeah. So I'm gonna be on live until, well, I'm really gonna have to get off live at like 2 a.m. But I'm gonna hop on live at like 8 because I get off at 2. I'm gonna have to go in and do this stuff. Ooh, up the bam. I'm only gonna be there till like 6, like 3 to 6. Get some shit out the way. Ooh, up the bam. Come back to the crib, flame up, edit these videos. I'm gonna go live again on game. But I'm gonna use that time when I get back at 6 a.m. to edit these videos and shit. Cause I gotta make sure I post some shit. I gotta edit some videos right now too when I get back. Cause I gotta post some shit today. This live stream, I gotta edit and post the shit. And the next live stream that I do, I'm gonna edit and post when I get done doing this shit at 6 on game. You got a schedule, you able to get it done. I just had to get a fucking schedule. And once I got the schedule, I was able to get it done. You feel me? So appreciate everyone that tuned into the live stream. You feel me? And I'm gonna hit y'all line. They show you that's crazy. I'm gonna hop on live later today. Going in early, get this shit done. You feel me? The earlier I do this shit, the more I get it done. You feel me? So appreciate my boys. I'm gonna take a little, a little trip when I get back to help my body recuperate. So I gotta hop on live early anyway because I can't be fried going in to do what I gotta do, bro. Cause it's like can't be too fried. So this is like a crazy calculation that most responsible adults is not gonna do. But I'll be like, if I take this at this time, I'm not gonna be high by the time I gotta go in. That's crazy, but calculations is key. Calculations is key. It ain't gonna bat to you, bro. So I'm gonna see. I mean, if I be too fried, I'm just not gonna go in till I'm not fried. That's the main reason why I'm able to take the risk. Because it's like if I am too fried, I just can't go in. But I just ain't gonna go in. But calculations, I want to be not fried by the time I go in. If I take it early enough, I'm not gonna be fried. But we're gonna see how it works on the live stream. If I'm still gonna be fried or am I gonna be cool? You feel me? So we're gonna see what's going on, my brothers. And I'm gonna hop on live later today, man. Y'all enjoy y'all day. It's nighttime down there where y'all at. The day's just started for me. So enjoy your night, enjoy your day. I'm gonna be back later, my brethren in arms. Y'all be smooth.